time for Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Now, let's head to the ballpark for the ITT Tech pregame show. Here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Live from Frisco, Texas, Arkansas Traveler Baseball is on the air. Hello once again, everybody. A very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Dr. Pepper Ballpark here in Frisco, as tonight Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the Frisco RoughRiders. Game one of a quick three-game series. Beautiful day for baseball, sunny skies. A couple of clouds up here in Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE. First game of a 7-game road trip for the Travs after a tough 5-game series at home against the Springfield Cardinals. Travs dropping 4 of 5 to their division rival first-place Cardinals. The Cardinals beating the Travelers last night by a final score of 6-5. They got up 6-1 on Travs starter Rafael Rodriguez. And though the Travs did mount a comeback, they stranded 13 men on base, 7 in scoring position, and fall by that 6-5 final score, dropping to a league worst record of 15-27. The Travs are 10.5 games off the pace behind Springfield. Meanwhile, their opponent, the Frisco RoughRiders, the first time that the Travs will be taking on the AA affiliate of the Texas Rangers this year. The RoughRiders in the middle of the pack in the South Division, 20 wins and 22 losses. They're 6 games off the pace, and they just dropped a pair of games to the Midland Rockhounds. Starting pitching matchup tonight, it'll be a couple of right-handers. Thomas Diamond, one of the top prospects in the Texas League, will toe the rubber for the RoughRiders. Diamond, a hard-throwing right-hander who comes in with 2 wins and a loss and a 3.44 ERA. He has struck out 49 batters, which ranks third in the Texas League in just 34 innings. Meanwhile, his mound opponent is Chris Hunter. Hunter takes the mound for his 7th start and his second since coming back off the disabled list. He was defeated last time out against the Springfield Cardinals on Wednesday. This is the ITT Technical Institute pregame show before the Travs and the Riders play the first game of this 3-game series. Your potential can increase with a degree, and you can create your own career path with a degree from ITT Technical Institute in Little Rock. For details, just go online to www.itt-tech.edu. Again, that is itt-tech.edu. Plenty more to get to next on the ITT Tech pregame show, including the Texas League report and the Angels Ag Pro Farm Report. That'll come right after this on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress, headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Welcome back to Dr. Pepper Ballpark here in Frisco, Texas. It used to be known as Dr. Pepper 7-Up Ballpark, but they got rid of the lemon lime, and this is just a cherry cola style ballpark. Phil Elson with you on the ITT Tech pregame show here on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE. Game one of a 3-game series with the last-place Arkansas Travelers, who come in today with a record of 15-27 in the North Division, 10.5 games out. Frisco, third place in the South, and 22, 6 games off the pace. Checking yesterday's Texas League games, the Wichita Wranglers and the Tulsa Drillers were off after playing a doubleheader Friday and then finishing their series on Saturday night. Tulsa, by virtue of Springfield's win yesterday, the Drillers dropped 2 games off the pace behind the Cardinals, while Wichita at 18 and 25 are 8 games back, and the Travelers at 15 and 27 are 10 and a half out. South Division games yesterday, Midland beat Frisco by a 2-1 final score. Frisco starting pitcher Nick Massett walked 5 in 7 innings, but it was Jesse Chavez who gave up the winning run in the bottom of the 9th inning, while Justin Crowder earned the win in relief. Only 15 hits between those two teams. The game lasted 2 hours and 33 minutes, and Midland picking up that victory. They go to 24 and 19, picking up a game on the Corpus Christi Hooks, who lost their 3rd straight to San Antonio yesterday, all on the heels of a 10-game winning streak. The Missions yesterday pound out 15 hits in an 11-3 win over the Hooks. All but 2 of the starting 9 of the Missions collected a base hit. Brian LaHare finishing 3 for 5 with 3 runs batted in to lead the attack. LaHare hit his 6th home run of the season. Vladimir Valentin hit his 10th, and Jesus Guzman hit number 4. Also the Missions winning pitcher was Travis Blackley, getting his 4th win of the season. Adam Pettyjohn, a 3-inning save. It was his first of the year. So the Missions on a 3-game winning streak. They're 9 games in back of the Hooks, while Frisco 6 out. Midland 2.5 games back. Game time today in Tulsa, 7:05 as San Antonio gets to Driller Stadium for a 3-game series starting tonight. Corpus Christi playing host to Wichita at Whataburger Field, also 7:05. And in Hammond Field in Springfield, it'll be the Cardinals taking on the Midland Rockhounds at a 7:10 first pitch. We'll keep you updated on all of those games as we get throughout the broadcast today. Now for a look at the Angels farm report and see what's going on around the Angels system. The Angels yesterday lost another game. They were losers to the Los Angeles Dodgers 7-0. The Angels were swept out of Dodger Stadium. They've lost their last 5, dropping to 17 and 27. That is the 2nd worst record in the American League. They're 5.5 games off the pace in a weak American League West. Oakland and Texas tied at the top spot at 22 and 21. The Angels today will start a series at Texas, just about 30 minutes away from Dr. Pepper Ballpark down in Arlington. The Angels send Kelvin Escobar, who's been their top pitcher at 5-3 and a 351 earned run average. Former Rough Rider right-hander Cameron Lowe throws the rubber today for the Rangers at a record of 2-4 and a 4.53 ERA. Across the farm system of the Angels, AAA Salt Lake beat Oklahoma yesterday 7-2. Kendry Morales leading the way with 3 hits, including a couple of doubles and 2 RBIs. Howie Kendrick, who played first base yesterday, added a couple of hits and 2 runs scored. And Steven Shell got his first AAA win, allowing only 2 runs on 9 hits, struck out 5 in 7 innings. Salt Lake is 25 and 17, first place in the Pacific Coast League North Division. Rancho Cucamonga in the California League struck out 16 times, limited to 4 base hits. They lose to Inland Empire, the Mariners affiliate, by a 5-4 final score. Quakes designated hitter Michael Collins hit a 3-run double, giving the Quakes a 3-run lead in the first, but Anthony Ortega gave up 4 runs on 5 hits over 4 innings for the loss, and the Quakes fall to 22 and 21 at 3 games out in the California League South Division. Cedar Rapids in the Midwest League suffered a 10-inning defeat at the hands of the Oakland affiliate in the Midwest League, the Kane County Cougars, a 3-2 final score. Stephen Merrick, starting pitcher, allowed 2 runs on 9 hits, struck out 4 in 6 innings. The Colonels only collected 6 base hits in the game, including 3 by second baseman Larry Infante. Tim Madison gave up a solo homer in the 10th. As the losing pitcher for the Colonels, Cedar Rapids drops to 20 and 24 and in 5th place in the Midwest League Western Division. That is the Angels Farm Report, brought to you by Ag Pro of Central Arkansas, located in Pine Bluff, Maumelle, Stuttgart, and England. Ag Pro is proud to feature outstanding John Deere products, and in fact, you can sign up for a demo of some of John Deere's best equipment online at Ag Pro's website and at www.agprocompanies.com. So the Travs will be on the road until Wednesday, May the 17th. Actually, we just got off of a homestand that started on May the 17th. Looking at the wrong piece of paper here, folks, and apologize for that. Be home on Tuesday, May the 30th, for a special business person's doubleheader that'll start at 12 noon. That'll come right after an off day, so the Travs will be well rested. They'll be bringing Frisco into town for that 12 noon doubleheader, and you can come out and enjoy a brand new specialty at Raywinder Field, which is the AT&T Wi-Fi hotspot, which has become a hotspot at Raywinder Field. It was installed just a few days ago, and if you bring a laptop out to the ballpark or other wireless personal devices, you can pick up the signal just about anywhere in the grandstand and surf the internet for free. So that is a new addition to Ray Winder Field, and yes, we plan on bringing the wireless internet hotspot over to Dickey-Stevens Park next year. Don't forget about Arkansas Federal Credit Union's free night on Wednesday, May 31st. For those of you who are members of the Arkansas Federal Credit Union, you gain free general admission just by showing your AFCU debit or check card at Gate 2. If you come out to Friday, June 2nd game, you know what you're coming for, not just baseball. It is midget wrestling night at Ray Winder Field, and it's bigger and badder than ever. Little Cato and Bad Boy Brian battling for the World Midget Wrestling Championship before the game on Friday, June the 2nd, and you'll want to come out early for that ball game and get a good seat behind the plate where the squared circle is set up. Saturday, June 3rd, it's a great giveaway, painter's caps to the first 1,000 paid adults, courtesy of Coca-Cola and KATV. That's a Traveler's Painter's Cap and one of the first Painter's Cap giveaways we've had in the last couple of years. Sunday, June 4th, wrapping up the homestand with a 2 o'clock ball game against Midland. The Jim Elder Good Sport Fund presenting their second kids clinic on the field with Trav's players and coaches, and that'll start at 12:45, the kids clinic, Sunday, June the 4th, so make your plans now. And if you're an AARP member, you'll get in for free with your valid membership card. Of course, just bring your church bulletin to the ballpark Sunday afternoon, June 4th, and you will get the entire family in for $6 apiece. The gates will open 12:30 Sunday, June 4th, and that kids clinic starts at 12:45. Ball game with the Travs in Midland at 2 o'clock. It's all at Ray Winder Field. Coming up, the next homestand, May the 30th through Sunday, June the 4th. Call us up at 664-1555 to get some tickets, or you can just show up to Ray Winder Field box office or go to Travs.com. Travs in Frisco in the first game between these teams this season. We'll have the starting lineups for you coming up next on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because two great companies that you know and trust, have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T, your world delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Quitting smoking is hard, and it's even harder to do it alone. The good news is there is help. Just call the SOS Quit line, 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the information and program you need to get free of tobacco. And the service is free, too. Try it. Call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and start to get free. I promise it's a great feeling. 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call today.
Faithfully chronicling the Bush administration implosion.
Air America Little Rock.
1380 KDXE North Little Rock.
Welcome back. Just off the exit of the Dallas North Tollway here in Frisco, Texas. The Arkansas Travelers at Dr. Pepper Ballpark taking on the Frisco RoughRiders in Game 1 of a 3-game series. I'm Phil Elson on the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. First pitch is scheduled for 7 o'clock on your schedules, but they actually tell us the first pitch today and the rest of the series will be at 7:05. Earning a degree may not be as difficult to fit into your life as you may think. The ITT Technical Institutes offer traditional or online programs. You can find out more just by going online to www.itt-tech.edu. The RoughRiders are managed by Darrell Kennedy in his second season at the helm of the Frisco Ball Club. He has piloted the RoughRiders to 20 wins and 22 losses, third place in the Texas League South, 6 games out. Leading off will be second baseman Casey Benjamin. Batting second is shortstop Enrique Cruz. Designated hitter batting third, Adam Morrissey. Morrissey of Midland Rock Island for the last 3 seasons before coming in over to the Ranger system this year. Cleaning up will be first baseman James Pisano, with Travis Metcalf batting fifth, playing third base. Batting sixth is right fielder Anthony Webster. Jake Blaylock will bat seventh and play left field. He's the brother of Texas Rangers infielder Hank Blaylock. Batting eighth is catcher Kevin Richardson. Rounding out the Frisco starting nine is center fielder Luke Grayson. Again, that starting nine for the RoughRiders: Casey Benjamin, Enrique Cruz, Adam Morrissey, James Fasano, Travis Metcalf, Anthony Webster, Jake Blaylock, Kevin Richardson, Luke Grayson. The Arkansas Travelers enter with 15 wins and 27 losses. They've dropped 11 of their last 13 games. 15 and 27 overall record, 10.5 games out. Tyrone Boykin's lineup today has Dwayne Bacon, center field, batting leadoff. Batting second, and at second base is Eric Rodman. Brandon Wood in the 3-hole, playing shortstop. Cleaning up, designated hitter Greg Porter. Bobby Wilson will bat fifth. He'll catch. Matt Brown in the 6th spot is at third base. Matt Pauley bats seventh. He'll be at first today. Batting eighth, left fielder David Gates. Batting ninth is right fielder Jason Esposito. Again, that is Bacon, Rodland, Wood, Porter, Wilson, Brown, Pauley, Gates, and Esposito. You notice Aaron Teal's name not in the lineup today. Teal got into a heated shouting match with Travelers hitting coach Keith Johnson during yesterday's game at Little Rock's Raywinder Field in the loss to Springfield. Teal had been yanked from the ball game by the Travs manager Ty Boykin for not hustling on a ball that had gotten through him in left field, and Johnson had some words for him back in the dugout. It seems everything is back in normal order these days. Teal is on the road trip. Some people had thought that maybe Teal would get suspended or some kind of disciplinary action handed down by the Angels, but we've had no word of any disciplinary action. Aaron Teal is with the ball club for this entire road trip. We don't have any word on if he's going to be suspended or any kind of disciplinary action. I guess looking for the lineup tomorrow, we should expect to see his name in it unless we hear anything different from Travs manager Tyrone Boykin. Pitching matchup tonight, right-hander Chris Hunter for Arkansas, making his 7th appearance of the year, 1 win, 3 losses, and an 836 earned run average. Meanwhile, it'll be Thomas Diamond on the hill for the RoughRiders. Diamond is one of the top prospects in the Texas League, has struck out 49 batters in 34 innings, 2 wins and a loss, and a 3.44 ERA. Pitching seems to be the forte for this RoughRider ball club. They hold the second lowest team ERA in the league at 3.78. They allow the second least amount of home runs and hold the second highest strikeout total, whipping 342 batters in the innings that they have pitched. Meanwhile, the Travs team ERA is the highest in all of AA or AAA baseball at 5.53. But Arkansas hits the ball. It's one thing this team can do. They can flat out swing it. Travs are the league leader in base hits, batting average, steals, and they lead the league with 47 home runs. Frisco, not a ball club that tears the cover off the ball. They hit the least amount of home runs in the Texas League and hold the second lowest batting average. You've got two teams here that have separate strengths. Frisco, a good pitching staff. Travelers have struggled in that department. Frisco, not necessarily a great offensive ball club. The Travelers have been clicking offensively recently. Defensively, neither team has been extremely strong. Frisco has committed the most errors in the league, tied with the Travs. Each team has committed 53 miscues this year. We get in the exchange of the starting lineups at the plate. We'll return with a look at the Southwest Airlines Major League Scoreboard right after these words on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Sid Gutierrez had a childhood much like you'd expect growing up in 1960s New Mexico. A lot of sun, a lot of sky, and a lot of dreams about what you might be when you grow up. After school, many of Sid's friends went on to work for local factories and businesses. Some moved away, but none moved as far away as Sid. Sid Gutierrez is recognized as the first Hispanic to pilot a space shuttle, and he's a member of the International Space Hall of Fame. But before he went into space, he went to Webster University. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at ascu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Dr. Pepper Ballpark as the pitchers have finished warming up, and the RoughRiders will be taking the field shortly. We'll have a look at the Southwest Airlines Major League scoreboard before the first pitch of the Travs ball game against the Frisco RoughRiders. Taking a look at ball games in the National League, the Houston Astros got a home run in the first inning by Lance Berkman, his 14th of the season, and the Astros lead at Washington 4-1 in the bottom of the third. Florida, a 4-0 lead over the Cubbies in Miami, bottom of the third inning. Milwaukee trailing Cincinnati after the third inning, 5-1. Cincy scoring 5 in the first on homers by Ken Griffey Jr. and Austin Kearns, pardon me. Over in the American League, only one game has started. It's the Red Sox and the Yankees at Fenway Park. Those teams are separated in the American League East by only a game and a half, with Boston leading the Yankees. Toronto just 3 games out. It is 1-0 New York in the bottom of the third inning at Fenway Park. National League games later tonight, Pittsburgh and Arizona. Oliver Perez and El Duque on the mound. It's Atlanta at San Diego with John Smoltz taking on Jake Peavy. Dodgers hosting Colorado at Dodger Stadium. Young Kim and Jay Sal, the pitchers. And it's the Cardinals and the Giants in San Francisco. Well, here's a stealth national anthem. We'll come back with the first pitch after these words on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Make your plans now to see the best racing under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway, June 8th, 9th, and 10th. You won't want to miss another incredible finish like this one from 2002.
Here we come once again. It's going to hit the line. The winner's going to be Sam Hornick Jr. by 96 thousandths of a second.
The Oak Creek Homes qualifying day for the IRL and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will be Thursday, June 8th. And on Friday, June 9th, David Starr, Dennis Sexton, Todd Boda, and the rest of the Craftsman Truck Series will go door to door and heat up the asphalt in the Samstown 400. But the weekend would not be complete without the fearless drivers of the Indy Racing League. It speeds over 200 miles per hour in the Bombardier Learjet 500 Saturday night, June 10th. Could it be Dan Weldon, Sam Hornick Jr., Tony Kanaan, or Danica Patrick claiming the Texas victory? Don't miss the action under the lights. Call 817-215-8500 or visit TexasMotorspeedway.com. Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating 10 years strong. You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Coming in now. Wonderful job singing the Star-Spangled Banner here at Frisco's Dr. Pepper 7-Up Ballpark. Well, it used to be called Dr. Pepper 7-Up Ballpark, but much less of a tongue twister these days. They've taken out the 7-Up, and this is Dr. Pepper Ballpark only. Phil Elson with you as the Travs get set to take on the RoughRiders. First meeting between these two teams. Used to be division rivals until last year when the RoughRiders moved into the then West Division. Now it's, of course, been changed into the South Division. Frisco winning the Texas League Championship in 2004. Last season, the first year, they did not make the playoffs. Meeting of these two teams, the Travelers and the RoughRiders, last season, played in 14 games. Travs picked up 8 wins in the season series between the teams. They saw Thomas Diamond once, and he had some trouble with control in that ball game. Walked 6 batters over 5 innings and allowed 3 runs in a no decision. Diamond this season still having some control issues. He's walked 25 over his 34 innings pitched. He ranks 4th amongst all pitchers in most walks dealt by a pitcher this season in the Texas League. Diamond, however, has a tremendous upside. He is a big kid at 6'3". When he was drafted, he was at 230 pounds. Diamond is still at 230 from Kenner, Louisiana, 10th overall selection in the first round in 2004. Got up to Frisco after just 26 professional starts. And with Frisco last year, he posted 5 wins, 4 losses, and a 5.35 ERA. Allowed a 2.49 batting average against, but struck out 68 in 69 innings. And this year, again, those strikeout totals have even gone up a little bit. Diamond hasn't had a decision over his last 3 starts. During those starts, he's pitched fairly well, giving up just 5 runs in 16 innings. Meanwhile, he has struck out 26 during those 16 innings. Last victory came at Wichita on May the 2nd. Ball game where he shut out the Wranglers over 6 frames, allowing only 3 hits and striking out 5. Diamond had some trouble over his first 4 starts. Over the month of April, he had an ERA at 6. Gave up a .271 batting average, but the month of May, he has been nailed. Although only 1 decision in 4 starts, a .205 earned run average this month, and a .175 batting average against him. Travs, however, this is a team that's been swinging the stick. Even though they lost 4 of 5 games to the Springfield Cardinals, the Travs were very impressive at the plate. And we'll see how they go up against one of the top pitching prospects in the Texas League in Thomas Diamond. Dwayne Bacon has been a real jump start recently for Arkansas with hits in 4 of his last 5 games. He had 3 of them yesterday in the Sunday afternoon defeat at the hands of the Cardinals. He's a switch hitter who will bat from the left side. Diamond is ready to go. His corners come up as usual with Bacon at the plate. And here comes your first pitch of the series. It is a fastball for strike 1 on the inside corner, 7:06. 88 degrees at game time, and a 13-mile-an-hour wind going across the outfield from right to left. It's to Bacon as a strike over the outside corner, and it is 0-2. Bacon followed by Eric Rodland and Brandon Wood. Dwayne has raised his average from the low 220s up to 241. 3 homers, 14 runs batted in, but Diamond ahead 0-2, and the pitch is softly lined, gloved by the shortstop, Enrique Cruz, leaping in the air. And to bring in a sure base hit for Dwayne Bacon, a soft liner that was destined for shallow left field, but Cruz with a beautiful leaping catch to bring it in, and he robs a base hit from Dwayne Bacon on just the 3rd pitch of this series. Put a star next to Enrique Cruz's name. He's playing in only his 6th game as a Rangers farmhand after getting traded from the Milwaukee Brewers. Here's Eric Rodland, the leading active Texas League hitter, 355, left-hand batter, batting second today, and the first pitch missed inside for a ball. By the way, your umpire crew for May 22nd, 2006, Lenny Bruce is the crew chief. He's behind the plate. Red Fox at third base, and Richard Pryor getting the calls at first. It's a 1-0 pitch to Rodland, and it's on the inside corner with a diamond breaking ball for a 1-1 count. Wood is now on deck. Rodland, a 6-game hit streak. A couple of singles yesterday and scored a run. Diamond with a hands-over-the-head wind-up. The 1-1 to Rodland is high, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Outfielders playing towards left. Jake Blaylock in left field. Luke Grayson in shallow center. And Anthony Webster shallow in right. Diamond ready. He kicks. And here's the 2-1 to Rodland. It is off the plate again outside, ball 3. Infield is Metcalf at third. Cruz at short. Benjamin at second. And Fasano at first. Kevin Richardson doing the catching. Rodland has a 3-1 count to work with. Here's Diamond's delivery. Up high, very high, in fact, ball 4. So Rodland takes his 19th walk of the season, leading the ball club with a .441 on-base percentage, and that'll go up a little bit more. And this will bring Wood to the plate in his first at-bat at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Brandon playing in his team-high 42nd game, tied with Matt Brown for the team-high in games played. Got a day off on Saturday. Responded with an 0-for-2 game yesterday. However, Brandon did make it on base. His final 3 plate appearances with a base on balls each time. It's on the way to the right-hander, and he fouled it straight back, strike 1. Wood showing a lot of patience at the plate these days. Taken 22 walks on the season, but 7 of them came in the series against Springfield. Not that the Cardinals were really pitching around Brandon, but they did nibble a little bit, and Wood wasn't swinging at too many bad pitches, but he still isn't hitting the ball as solidly as he would like. Average down to 248, 8 homers, 31 runs driven in. Here's the 0-1, swing and a miss on a high fastball, strike 2. Diamond's got enough on the fastball to get it by anybody. Got a major league fastball, there's no doubt. He'll get it into the mid-90s with movement. A big kid who will attack the strike zone. Nothing in 2 on Wood. On deck is Greg Porter. Rodlin, after the one-out walk, takes the lead. Fasano holding, and the pitch to Wood is hit in the air, shallow center. Benjamin, the second baseman, is going to call it. He backpedals out there and makes the catch for out number 2. So Wood is the second out of the inning, bringing up Greg Porter. Dr. Pepper Ballpark, opened in 2003 to rave reviews. It's a beautiful facility. Seats over 10,000 people with berms in left and in right field. There's been a new addition to Dr. Pepper Ballpark this season, and it is a rock pile with a pond or a pool and some umbrellas along the right field fence. Kind of looks like the cover of Houses of the Holy, for those of you who might be Led Zeppelin fans. Robert Plant not at the game today. First pitch to Porter is a strike. There's a throw by the catcher to first, but Rodlin gets back in there underneath the tag. 0-1 on the Traveler designated hitter. Porter, been a while for Greg as the DH. Been ensconced as the everyday first baseman for the last week and a half. Porter's been hitting quite well at .310 on the season with 6 homers and 22 runs driven in. Big left-hander against a big righty in Diamond. The target goes on the outside corner, and the pitch is grounded slowly to the hole at second base. Benjamin moves into the hole, and Fasano covers at first. The flip is in time to retire Porter 4-3. So the Travelers get nothing in the first inning, leaving Rodlin at first base. That'll take us to the bottom of the first, and Chris Hunter on the mound tonight for the Arkansas Travelers. We'll see how he pitches for the first inning after these words on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
In 1998, New York City marathon runner German Silva made a huge mistake. 1/2 mile from the finish line, he took a wrong turn. When he heard yells from the crowd and saw the looks on their faces, he realized his mistake. He immediately turned around, but the error cost him a crucial 15 seconds. His only hope for winning now was to sprint to make up for lost distance. Did he have the energy? Could he do it? He later said, "Too much work had gone into this race. I had to fight it out." He was able to make up the lost distance and finish first in his division, but only because he refused to allow a wrong turn to knock him out of his quest for the prize. I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the church at Rock Creek. You know, there are times in life when we make a wrong turn, but when we discover that it was a wrong turn, the wise person changes direction.
Cotton candy here. Get your cod. Any peanuts? No. Hot dog? Slushies? Nada. Camel corn? No. Can I get something other than cotton candy?
Pink or blue, mister. Pink or blue. Variety is a good thing, especially when it comes to orthopedic services. That's why Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas provide the most comprehensive orthopedic care the state has to offer. From outpatient procedures to rehabilitation and prevention. To reach a specialist or for more information, call Baptist Health Healthline at 227-8478 and get back to the things you love.
Actually, I do have peanuts. Really? Nah, just kidding.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back of the Giant soda bottle here in Frisco, Texas. I'm Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. Back of the studios, Brad Hicks. Chris Hunter warming up on the mound at the moment for the Arkansas Travelers. Big lefty from Linden, Utah, making start number 7 on the season. Came back off the disabled list last Wednesday and had some troubles over a 4-inning appearance. Took a loss against the Springfield Cardinals, losing 8-4. Hunter gave up 6 runs on a season-high 9 hits in the ball game in just 4 innings. But that was just his first start after 2 weeks, so Hunter still may have been looking for the feel on some of his pitches. We'll see how he responds against the RoughRiders today. Hunter overall 1-3 and an .836 earned run average. 28 innings pitched, given up 38 base hits, 4 of them a home run, 2 of them in his first start. Basically, he'll keep the ball in the ballpark. 4 home runs. He's walked 14, struck out just 7. So Hunter's strikeout totals are far down from where they were last year when he struck out 84 batters in 145 innings. Leading off for the RoughRiders, left-handed batting Casey Benjamin, the second baseman, with the corners coming up. And here's Hunter's first pitch from the windup. Found the outside corner for a called strike. Benjamin, Enrique Cruz, and Adam Morrissey batting against Hunter here in the first. Benjamin hitting .296 in a 20-game stint with the Riders. The 0-1 is chopped towards the first baseman, right at the line, fielded in fair territory by Matt Pauley, and an easy step on the base for out number 1. Fielded that ball literally straddling the foul line. And got the out, 3 unassisted to bring up Cruz. Behind Hunter today in the outfield is David Gates in left, Dwayne Bacon in center, Jason Despedo, the right fielder. Infield is Matt Brown at third, Brandon Wood at short, Eric Rodman at second, and Matt Pauley at first. Bobby Wilson is doing the catching today. Cruz, a right-hand batter. First pitch is flat foul on the right side, strike one. Cruz in his 6th game as a Rangers farmhand. He had been with the Brewers since 2003. Started this season with their AAA affiliate in Nashville, Tennessee. Here's an 0-1. And the slider in there for a strike. Nice late break on it from Hunter, 0-2. Cruz, 6 for 21 with the RoughRiders. He batted .261 with the Nashville Sounds in 24 games. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And the changeup is in the dirt, blocked by Wilson, ball 1. 1-2 on Cruz with no one on. Bottom of the first inning, Trav stranded a man at the top of the first. Hunter on the season has given up 5 first inning runs and 7 in the second inning. Here's the 1-2 to Cruz. Ground ball up the middle. Wood has a play in back of second. His flip to first is high, but gloved by Pauley. Puts the tag right on Cruz's hip as he crosses the base. And the 6-3 assist at first for the out. 2 gone. Great play by Pauley. Wood flipped the ball sort of sidearm underhand style, and it sailed on him a little bit down the first base line, and that gave Pauley the chance to leap towards the plate and catch it and tag the batter all in one motion. So a nice sweeping play by Pauley, and that'll bring up Adam Morrissey. Morrissey is a guy that we have seen for the last 4 years. Midland Rockhounds for the last 3 seasons, and here he is with the RoughRiders taking a pitch low for ball 1. Morrissey, who had been traded from the Chicago Cubs to the A's 4 years ago, was a free agent signee by the Rangers and started in AAA. Hits a high flight on the right field line, playable for Espedo drifting in, and he makes the easy catch. Chris Hunter with a rather easy first inning. Down go the RoughRiders, 1-2-3. That'll take us into the second and a 0-0 score on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in central, north central, and northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious selections from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Salute individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone, nothing better, Dr. Pepper.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at the soda bottle, also known as Dr. Pepper Ballpark here in Frisco, Texas. Phil Elson alongside you. As the Travs take it into the top of the second inning with a 0-0 score. Thomas Diamond back on the mound facing the Travs 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Bobby Wilson leads off. Diamond walked the batter, and that was all in the first inning, though it did take a leaping catch by his shortstop to save a hit. Pitch to Wilson is low, ball 1. Bobby had a day off on Sunday. Well-deserved after raising his average to .316 with a 3-for-5 effort Saturday night, including a 3-run homer, which built the Traveler lead to 10-3. Of course, Springfield won it anyway with an 8-run ninth. Wilson smacked it past Diamond into center for a base hit, and Bobby Wilson is aboard with the first base hit of the ballgame. So a leadoff single for Wilson. His 9th now over a 6-game hit streak to bring up Matt Brown, scuffling third baseman who's been dropped in the order from the 4 spot to the 6 hole today. Greg Porter has taken over as the everyday cleanup man, and Bobby Wilson
who's been hitting very well recently, batting fifth. So Brown, who is the leading hitter for the ball club over the month of April, with the exception of Mike Elward, has dropped his average to 281. Right-hand batter in his 42nd game of the year. And here's Diamond's stretch. Pitch is up high for ball one. Brown starting to hit the ball a little bit better. Smacked the pitch off the right center field wall yesterday. Just got a single out of it in the 8th inning. His only hit of the game. And he has started to make more solid contact and not popping up as much as previously. A 1-0 right down the inside corner for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on Brown. 6 homers for Brown, 17 RBIs. He's got Bobby Wilson at first base and nobody out. Matt Pauley in the on-deck circle. Wilson held on by Fasano. Diamond gets a look at the runner as he comes into the set position. And the pitch is fouled over the net just below the press box. Strike 2. Diamond about average with ground balls to fly balls. He hasn't had a single ground ball double play turn behind him this year. A lot of strikeouts, a lot of pop-ups. Here's a stretch at the belt and the 1-2. Brown looks at a slider for strike 3 on the outside corner. That was a major league pitch right there from Thomas Diamond for his first strikeout of the evening. So Brown goes down looking to bring up Matt Pauley. Pauley's been doing a lot of hitting these days, although he went 0 for 4 on Sunday. Did deliver a sacrifice fly and came close to delivering a rather big hit in his final at-bat of the game. Yesterday, Pauley batted with runners at first and second with a 1-run ball game. He had 2 outs in the 8th and smacked the ball to dead center. He takes the strike on the inside corner, 0-1. But the bat broke in his hand, and he had met that ball dead solid perfect, but the bat just broke. And that cost him perhaps a home run because he hit it still pretty well, about 10 feet in front of the warning track, even with a broken bat. Pauley an open stance from the left side, 1 away. Diamond throws a slider down low, and it's a ball and a strike on the 7th-hitting Pauley. Matt in his 13th game with Arkansas, hitting .295, 2 homers, 12 runs batted in. 0-0 our score, top 2. Bobby Wilson led off with a single before Matt Brown was caught looking at a slider. Now it's 1-1 on Pauley, and David Gates is on deck. Pitch is a change, and Pauley swings and misses, almost jumping at that pitch. It's floated towards the outside corner. 1-2 on Pauley. Middle infielders right up the middle. Outfield still shallow, playing towards left. Dr. Pepper Ballpark is rather spacious, 409 feet to dead center. Here's the pitch, and Pauley takes strike 3 on the low inside corner. Another slider by Thomas Diamond, and back-to-back called third strikes on the very same pitch. And an emphatic strike 3 call by Lenny Bruce, our plate umpire today, going down to both knees and kind of looked like he was shooting a machine gun at the third baseman. The replacement umpires, if for nothing else, have had some entertaining third strike calls. You can imagine. I still remember the guy in Wichita who was a cross between Danny Terrio and Mr. Miyagi. David Gates standing in, 2 outs, Wilson at first. Diamond fires a strike on the outside corner with a heavy fastball, 0-1. Gates, a 4-strikeout game yesterday, did reach once on a walk. He'd been hitting the ball quite well with hits in 7 of 8, but yesterday having trouble making contact, especially on breaking pitches. Count 0-1. Diamond throws a breaking ball, and it's hit in the air to dead center, but not deep. Grayson started back, then stops and makes the catch, and the Travs go with no runs in the 2nd inning. No runs, 1 hit. Wilson left the board at first. Bottom 2 on the way, and it's 0-0 here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark in Frisco. And it's Travelers Baseball on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
The romance begins at Cupid's. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donahue Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perham in Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's, lingerie, and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice, presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Wayne Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Wayne Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Dr. Pepper Ballpark in Frisco, Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE and minorleaguebaseball.com. They have flicked the switch to the lights at the ballpark, and it's slowly come to life as we start to get a little bit of a sunset behind the ballpark. Our vantage point looking dead on to the team visiting hotel, a giant embassy suite right past the batter's eye. You couldn't hit a home run to it, but you could probably hit a golf ball from second base to the main lobby of the embassy suite. So it's a great time to come here to the ballpark and be able to walk right across the street right from the hotel. And it's a luxury hotel as well, and no one's complaining about that. James Fasano leads off the second. Chris Hunter fires a first pitch strike to the knees of the left-hand hitter. And it's 0-1 on the rather large James Fasano, 6'5", 240-pounder. He'll be 23 years old July 20th. The 0-1 is up high, 1-1 on Fasano, followed by Travis Metcalf and Anthony Webster. Fasano, the leading average on the Rough Rider Club, 301. 3 homers, 13 runs batted in. Remember, the Rough Riders, not a great hitting ball club. They had 262 as a team, 15 points lower than the Travs league leading total. Pitch off the plate outside, 2-1 on Fasano. Fasano, one of a couple of players in the lineup today that have come from Single-A Bakersfield. In the California League, he played 14 games at 305 before the call-up. Here's a 2-1 from Chris Hunter. Fasano takes a strike. Fastball over the outside edge. He'll back out of the box. Hunter right on the corners here in the early going. Big game for Chris. It was the first Travelers starting pitcher to pick up a victory this year back on April the 15th. No win since. The 2-2 grounded pass to mound, but Wood has a play. Fields it in back of second, and his throw is right on the money. And Fasano is out, 1 away, bringing up Travis Metcalf. Since that victory at Wichita on April the 15th, Hunter has been defeated by Tulsa, an 11-3 final score. Wichita beat him 12-3, and the loss at the hands of the Cardinals 5 days ago was 8-4. So it's been a while since the Travs had a decision involving Hunter with a tight ball game. Metcalf, the batter, swings and fouls the first pitch off, strike one. Right-hand hitter hitting .223. Another prospect for the Texas Rangers. Metcalf was last year's minor league player of the year in the Rangers organization. Here's the 0-1 from Hunter. Metcalf jumped away. It's a little low and inside on the slider, 1-1. Metcalf is 6'3", 215-pound right-hander from Kansas in his third professional season. And the 1-1, a change-up low. They'll check the swing. He did check it. First base umpire Richard Pryor said it. 2 balls and a strike. Metcalf has power. He's had 37 career homers over his first 2 professional seasons, but in his first go-around at Double-A, he's played 38 games, and only 3 balls have left the yard. 1 out, nobody on for Metcalf. It's a 2-1 count. Bottom of the second, Hunter winds. His pitch is outside, ball 3. 0-0 score. Travs with the only hit thus far. Hunter has set down all 4 batters he has faced. But behind Metcalf, 3-1. Webster on deck.
Here's Hunter's pitch. Line drive up the middle for a base hit. And Bacon will be there to pick it up on the second bounce. A one-out single in the second inning, the first base hit of the game for the RoughRiders. Metcalf aboard to bring up Anthony Webster. Webster in his 34th game with the RoughRiders, batting .282, 1 homer and 5 runs batted in. Hunter will be working from the stretch after allowing his 39th hit of the year. Webster, a left-hander, leaning back in the box. Pitch on the way. Webster takes high and outside, about 1.5 feet away from the plate, ball 1. Trav's infield sends Brown up at third. Now about even with the line. Shortstop Wood, second baseman Rodland. Double play depth as Hunter sets at the belt. Here's the pitch. Off the plate again. Wilson will fire to first base. Almost picked off Metcalf, but he got back in. A 2-0 count on Webster. On deck, Jake Blaylock. So Hunter hasn't thrown a strike since the first pitch of the at-bat to Metcalf, missing with 3 in a row to Metcalf, then the single, and now a 2-0 pitch on the way to Webster, but instead of throw to first. And Metcalf is back. Metcalf also has some speed. He has stolen 4 bases this year in 5 tries. Hunter again setting. There's a short lead at first, but he is running, and Hunter hasn't even stepped off. Now he steps off, throws to second, and gets the out on Metcalf. Wood there for the tag. Puck stealing 2 to 6, and boy, Metcalf had such a great jump that Hunter hadn't even lifted his leg yet. Hunter with his back to the runner, and at that point he's got to hear it from either his third baseman or his catcher, and he heard it in time, just in the nick of time, as he stepped off through to second, and he just got Metcalf by half a step. So it's 2-0 on Webster, and now Chris goes from the windup and delivers. And it's hit into right field, a solid line drive for a base hit. Cut off by Espedo on 1 bounce. He'll fire to Rodland at second, keeping Webster with a 2-out single. So it looked like the Rangers had sent him on a hit and run. And who knows, Webster could have collected a base hit on that hit and run pitch and drove Metcalf to third base. But instead, it's just a 2-out single, and this will bring up Jake Blaylock. Blaylock, brother of former Tulsa driller and current Texas Ranger Hank Blaylock, was acquired by the Rangers April 1st in a trade from the Phillies. His right-hand batter takes a strike at the knees. Good fastball from Chris Hunter, and it's 0-1. Blaylock stands 6'4", weighs 215 pounds. Out of San Diego, played in the Phillies Florida State League affiliate in Clearwater last year. 0-1. A little bit inside on the breaking ball from Hunter. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jake Blaylock. Blaylock, a 5th-round pick by the Phillies, was sent over to the Rangers in a deal that got Philadelphia David DeLucci, one of the fan favorites here in the Dallas Metroplex, traded to the Phillies on April Fool's Day. The 1-1 pitch, Webster running, swung on, lifted in the air to left. Gates coming in, and he makes the catch. And the second inning is over. No runs for the RoughRiders, 2 hits, and 1 man left. That'll take us into the top of the third. 0-0 our score. The Travs and the RoughRiders right here on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Make your plans now to see the best racing under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway, June 8th, 9th, and 10th. You won't want to miss another incredible finish like this one from 2002.
Here we come once again. It's going to hit the line. The winner's going to be Sam Hornick Jr. by 96 thousandths of a second.
The Oak Creek Homes qualifying day for the IRL and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will be Thursday, June 8th. On Friday, June 9th, David Starr, Dennis Setzer, Todd Boda, and the rest of the Craftsman Truck Series will go door to door and heat up the asphalt in the Samstown 400. But the weekend would not be complete without the fearless drivers of the Indy Racing League at speeds over 200 miles per hour in the Bombardier Learjet 500 Saturday night, June 10th. Could it be Dan Weldon, Sam Hornish Jr., Tony Kanaan, or Danica Patrick claiming the Texas victory? Don't miss the action under the lights. Call 817-215-8500 or visit TexasMotorspeedway.com. Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating 10 years strong.
Do you have an interest in broadcasting, enjoy baseball, and are looking for a part-time job opportunity? Well, maybe we have what you're looking for. KDXE AM 1380 is the home for Arkansas Travelers baseball, and we need to add to our staff of board operators for Travelers games. Your responsibility will involve the process of putting Arkansas Travelers games on the air. The work schedule includes weeknights and weekends shared with other staff board operators. No experience in broadcasting is necessary, and learning our system for game broadcast is easy. If you're interested, give us a call at 501-221-1380. That's 501-221-1380.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Top of inning number 3 about to start here at Dr. Pepper 7 Ballpark. Travelers send number 9 batter Jason Espedo to lead off against Thomas Diamond. Phil Elson with you with a reminder, tomorrow's ball game, 7:05 first pitch. Airtime will be 6:45 of the ITT Tech pregame show, game 2 of the series here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Espedo takes the first pitch for a strike from Thomas Diamond, who caught 2 men looking in the second, both with wicked sliders. Espedo, left-hand batter in right field today, and here's the 0-1. A fastball off the plate, outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Espedo hitting .281, 7 homers, 19 RBIs. He was the replacement for Aaron Teal yesterday in the 4th inning and finished 2 for 3 with a 2-run single in the 8th. The 1-1, a slider inside, and it's 2 balls and a strike on Espedo, followed by Dwayne Bacon and Eric Rodman. Diamond goes from the windup, hands over the head. The 2-1 pitch is also high, ball 3. Diamond walked the second batter that he faced, Rodland, in the 1st inning. He didn't go to 3 balls on any other of the last 6 hitters. 3-1 to Espedo, swung on, hit in the air towards left field, hit it well to the corner. Blaylock has room, however, 5 feet in front of the warning track. He makes the catch, and that's out number 1. Dr. Pepper Ballpark, more of a pitcher's park, although day-to-day it seems to change. 335 down the line. Left center 364, dead center 409 feet, and they do not mark right center field, though it's about 375 feet away. The fence measures about 8 feet all the way around. It is possible to rob a home run here at this 3-year-old ballpark, currently in its 4th professional season. Here's Dwayne Bacon batting from the left side. Corners draw in. He looks to bunt, takes the slider, strike 1 called. Bacon started the game with a soft liner towards short. Enrique Cruz made a beautiful leaping catch and robbed Bacon of what would have been his 10th hit in 6 games. Count 0-1. Diamond delivers. A slider down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mentioned Diamond was drafted in the 1st round, 10th overall in 2004. Had 12 appearances in his first professional season, and he showed the Rangers that they had made a pretty good move signing him. Here's a 1-1. Bacon swings and misses at the slider, strike 2. Only had 1 win in his first professional season, but he had struck out 68 hitters in only 46 innings, albeit at 2 different levels of single-A. He dominated in the California League, 14 starts in 05. And had some troubles at Double-A. That is the same for a lot of pitchers. The 1-2, check swing, down and in, they'll appeal. Third base umpire Red Fox said he did not go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Could almost talk about Diamond struggles at Double-A last year the same way that Rafael Rodriguez has struggled at Double-A for the Travs this season. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strikeout number 3 for Diamond, all coming on the slider. But that's his first man that he gets to swing and miss for the 3rd strike. Rodriguez yesterday gave up 6 runs in under 4 innings. Rafael's earned run average went up over 11. Rodriguez is scheduled to make his next start, which will come in Midland in 4 days. 2 outs, nobody on. Eric Rodland, the batter, left-hander, pitch is up high, a little bit inside, ball 1. Rodland took a 1-out walk in the 1st. And he was stranded right there. 6-game hit streak entering the game. Rodland's average is .355, which ranks 3rd for any Texas leaguer who's have a minimum of 2.7 plate appearances per game. Pitch down and in, and it's 2-0 on Rodland. But Jason Perry, who was with Midland for 28 games, is now at AAA Sacramento, and Mike Elward, currently ranked 2nd at .365 with the former Travelers, been at Salt Lake for 2 weeks. Rodland swings, grounds to the right side, backhand by the first baseman Fasano way off the base. The Diamond is there to cover, and Fasano's slip is in time for the final out of the 3rd. Down go the Travs, 1-2-3. for his first perfect inning thrown by Diamond today. That'll take us to the bottom of the third inning. Travelers nothing, Rough Riders nothing on Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
From the hilltops of Atlanta
to the California sand. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah.
I'm a burrito in every eye. Every woman,
Most Burritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's at North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has two convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Black Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the yellow pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back to the new yard here at Frisco, Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Bottom of the third inning, score 0-0. Travelers getting a couple of base runners with a walk and a single by Bobby Wilson. Rough Riders got 2 singles against Chris Hunter in the second, but Hunter caught a man stealing himself. Travis Metcalf was caught stealing as he ran before Hunter even threw a pitch. 8-hitter Kevin Richardson leads off for Frisco, followed by Luke Grayson, and then to the top of the order with Casey Benjamin. Hunter's looked sharp here. Set down the first 4 batters he had faced. Richardson hitting just .214 in 30 games. Right-hander, and here's the first delivery. A changeup missing high, ball 1. Hunter's shoulder had been bothering him during his final start before going on the DL on April the 30th. The 1-0 comes. High and inside, ball 2. Trav skipper Ty Boykin, who had Hunter last year for most of the season, he made 21 of his 29 appearances at Single-A Rancho Cucamonga, and said that Hunter just didn't look like the same pitcher from last year. The 2-0 is nubbed in front of the plate, stays fair. Bobby Wilson jumps on top of it and flips to first for the easy out. 1 out, 2-3 on the assist to bring up Luke Grayson. So Hunter did report that he had a little bit of shoulder discomfort, but not enough to warrant any kind of surgeries or procedures. All it needed was some rest and normal rehab. Worked with Traveler trainer Aaron Wells on that right shoulder quite a bit. And Chris is feeling fine so far today. 1 away, and here's Luke Grayson, number 9 batter, right-handed hitter, in center field today for the Rough Riders. First pitch comes from Hunter, and a swing and a miss by Grayson over the slider, strike 1. Grayson, the shortest member of the Rough Riders, at 5'10", from Oviedo, Florida. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Slider down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Grayson batting .246. 2 homers and 15 runs batted in. Nobody on base. 1 out. Nothing to score. Hunter kicks. Grayson a check swing and a slider. And the plate umpire, Lenny Bruce, said he went around that, strike 2. Grayson, a 33rd round pick in the 0-2 draft. The 1-2 pitch down and in from Hunter, and it's even up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Grayson last year 13 homers and a .278 batting average at Single-A Bakersfield. That was a career high in home runs. The pitch, swing and a miss, and Hunter strikes his first batter out of the day, getting Grayson on a slider. So Hunter has faced 9 batters. He has retired all but 2. And that'll bring up Casey Benjamin. We mentioned that James Fasano had come up from Single-A Bakersfield. So did Benjamin. Benjamin playing in his 21st game of the Rough Riders after playing in 12 games at Bakersfield at Sam Lynn Park. Left-hand batter grounded out in the first. Pitch on the way. Swung on, line foul into the seats at third base. And an 0-1 count on the second baseman of the RoughRiders. Not many people at the ball game today. Just looks like a couple of thousand, but there is a rather large sporting event down in San Antonio that people in this area have their minds on. Pitch down low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Of course, talking about the NBA playoffs, Game 7 of the Mavericks and the Spurs at AT&T Center in San Antonio. Here's a 1-1 pitch, and it's swung on and lined in the left center. Base hit. Gates able to cut it off in a bounce. Wheels around, fires to second, and keeps Benjamin with a 2-out single. So Frisco draws very well, but today, playoffs, Game 7, not going to draw so well. RoughRiders averaging over 8,200 paid attendees per ball game. And it really only looks like they got a couple thousand on hand tonight. You know who else has some eyes on the 7th game in San Antonio? Was the Traveler trainer Aaron Wells, a huge Spurs fan. Cruz the batter, pitch on the way. Right-hander smacks it high, deep right field. Espedo going back at the warning track, drops the ball, falls down. Around third comes Benjamin. He'll score. And the throw goes into second, and actually now they're going to hold up 2. And apparently the ball bounced off of Espedo as he dropped it at the warning track, and somehow when he fell down, he may have kicked it over the fence. And so they're going to send Benjamin to third base, and the Riders are going to get cheated out of a run here. I shouldn't even say cheated, because they're not getting cheated out of a run, but the Travelers are going to catch a break right here. The ball did not bounce on the warning track and then go over the fence. It looked like it would have been caught by Espedo, but as he fell backward, the ball hit off of his shoe, and he fell backward and sort of kicked it over the fence. Skipper of the Riders, Darrell Kennedy, asked the plate umpire Lenny Bruce to figure out exactly what's going on here, and he's going to talk to the other umpire on the base, Red Fox. The other umpire, Richard Pryor, going all the way down to the right field fence. I'm not sure exactly what he was looking for, maybe a spot on the warning track where the ball had landed. Espedo had gotten turned around on that fly ball. He turned his back on the infield and sprinted towards the warning track where he thought the ball was going to come down. It came down right into his glove. It seemed to catch him by surprise. That's why he dropped it and then fell backwards, and I think he kicked it over the fence. And if he kicked it over the fence, there's a chance that it could be a book rule triple for the Rough Rider batter, Cruz. The umpires are still talking about it. They had sent Benjamin to third base, and I think they're going to keep him at third. Kennedy pleading his case, and he's displeased with how this call has ended up. If the ball would have gotten over Espedo's head for a normal double that would have stayed in the ballpark, Benjamin scores easily. But the Travelers catch a break, as Jason Espedo apparently kicked it over the outfield wall inadvertently, and instead of a run-scoring double for Enrique Cruz, his double only moved Benjamin to third base. Well, a rather odd turn of events right there, so Hunter catches a break. He'll go to the windup to face Adam Morrissey. And the first pitch to Morrissey is in there for strike 1. So back-to-back hits with 2 outs, Benjamin singles, and the book rule double by Cruz. Morrissey flagged to right in the first inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it is high and tight with a Hunter fastball, 1-1. Clutch situation for Chris Hunter, who's allowed a .319 batting average against this year. He winds, delivers, swing and a miss on the slider, and Morrissey in the hole at 1-2. Morrissey playing in his 11th game with the Rough Riders. He was hitting .415 before the flyout in the first inning. 2 homers, 5 RBIs, a Texas League veteran. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Hunter. Low and away with a slider, and Morrissey laid off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Riders will need that third hit to bring in a run. Hunter trying to keep it a scoreless game going into the 4th. The 2-2 comes to Morrissey. He swings, lines to first. Pauly right there to grab the line drive. And Morrissey is the final out of the 3rd inning. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left. Travs catch a break. No runs for the RoughRiders. They leave two men in scoring position. 3 innings in the books. We'll go to the 4th. RoughRiders nothing, and the Travelers nothing on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now, Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Get out today and hit the links. Stone Lakes. Stone Lakes Golf Course is rated as one of the best public courses in the state. Sporting beautiful bent grass greens, plus lush fairways and tees. Stone Lakes has matured over the past 3 years into a true test of golf. Stone Lakes features reasonable green speed and 18 lake-style holes located 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road. Call 945-0945 for Stone Lakes or visit online at stonelakes.net.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
3 innings in the book. We'll go to the top of the 4th, and nothing score. Clarifying that book rule double by Enrique Cruz. Espedo did not kick it over the outfield fence. When he fell back, the ball got caught underneath the LED billboard that lines the right center field wall here at Dr. Pepper 7-Up Ballpark. And so it is a book rule double on a play where the ball gets stuck under the LED billboards, and that's why Benjamin was only awarded third base. So nothing. Brandon Wood leads off the 4th, and Thomas Diamond fires a strike. Totals for the Travelers: no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 men stranded. Wood popped up in the 1st. Here's his second at-bat, and the 0-1 on the way from Diamond. Swung on, high fly ball into right field. Webster is right underneath it, and he'll make the catch. And Wood is out number 1. That'll bring up Greg Porter. Totals for the RoughRiders: no runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 3 men stranded. 2 of them in scoring position. They've also had a man caught stealing at second base. Diamond has struck out 3 over 3 1/3 innings now. And now Greg Porter stands into the batter's box. Porter, 4.11 average over the last 17 games. Grounded out in the 1st. Nobody on. Here's the first pitch from Diamond. A fastball outside, just off the corner, ball 1. We'll check some of the Texas League scores this inning on the Southwest Airlines Texas League scoreboard, then go over to the majors. Diamond eyeing the sign. Richardson puts it on the outside edge. It is down and in on a curve, ball 2, 2-0. On deck is Bobby Wilson, who has the only Traveler base hit thus far. A leadoff single in the 2nd. 2-0 count, Porter waiting. Diamond deal. Up high, very high, ball 3. Diamond only 1 walk over his first 3 innings. And yet Diamond has averaged over 6.5 walks per 9 innings. Porter sends a shot deep to the left field gap. It goes back and hits the bottom of the fence. Porter will round first and get into second base with a stand-up double. Ball goes to third, and there's Porter at second with his 7th 2-base hit of the year. One of those typical Greg Porter line drives where he takes that big, giant swing and meets the ball dead solid perfect. Didn't have much height to the line drive, but it just continued to fly and fly. And it hit off the base of the fence in left center field about 370 feet away. So a chance for the Travs to get ahead. A duck on the pond for Bobby Wilson. Wilson singled up the middle in the 2nd inning. He's driven in 13 on the year. 4 during the last hit streak, which has reached 6 in a row. Pitch on the way to the righty. Curveball high, 1-0. Checking those scores. San Antonio and Tulsa. Game 1 of the series at Driller Stadium. Tie game 1 apiece in the 2nd. Wichita and Corpus Christi. 2-1 the Hooks in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Jorge Cortez has homered for the 2nd time for Corpus. A 1-0 pitch to Wilson. Fastball outside, 2-0. Midland and Springfield at Hammond Field, 0-0 in the top of the second. Travs start today, 10.5 games off the pace, in last by 2.5 in back of Wichita. Frisco, 20-22, 6 games out, and 3.5 in back of second place. Here's a 2-0 to Wilson. Fastball missing again, 3-0. Porter had a 2-0 count. He doubled. Wilson has a 3-0 count. We'll see if he gets a green light. Matt Brown waiting on deck. Diamond set. Check second. The pitch missed low and outside, and there's the second walk of the game from Thomas Diamond. 2 aboard, 1 away for the third baseman, Matt Brown. Brown gets a couple of men on base, trying for his first run batted in 16 games. Right-hand batter was caught looking in the second on a nasty slider from Diamond, but Diamond seems to have lost a little bit of the touch over the last 2 hitters. Porter, good lead at second. Wilson at first. There's a pickoff play at second base. The Diamond will just step off the rubber and not throw. Second baseman Benjamin coming in behind Porter. So as Greg takes his lead, he's careful to look around both shoulders because either Cruz could come from short or Benjamin could come from second. Brown waiting, and now the stretch by Diamond. A look at Porter, and the pitch. Down and away, ball 1. 0-0 our score. Travs left a man on base in the first and second. Diamond had set down 7 men in a row until Porter's double here in the 4th inning. Diamond getting a long look at the sign. Wind still blowing right to left across the outfield. The pitch, swinging a pop-up, first base side, foul ground. It'll get over the Arkansas dugout and into the 7th row. 1 ball, 1 strike on Brown, who has just 2 hits in his last 19 at-bats. He is scuffling and trying to work his way out of it. Longest slump of the season for Brown, who was one of the hottest hitters in the league over the month of April. And he make it a Traveler lead here in the 4th. The pitch is right down the pipe, and he was caught frozen, strike 2. Diamond's got enough on the fastball that if you're not looking for it, he can get one right by it. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Brown. That was the count when Diamond threw a slider that caught Brown on the outside corner 2 innings ago. The righty set, forgets about the runners. It's a fastball, and Brown swings and misses and strikes out for the second time. 4th strikeout for Diamond, and that'll bring up Matt Pauley. Two-out RBI chance for Matt Pauley. Pauley followed Brown's strikeout in the second with a caught looking of his own on the same pitch. So on a righty, looking at it from different angles. Pauley hitting .290 now. Driven in 12 runs in 12 AA games, and he smacked the liner. Caught at first by Fasano, and that'll end the inning. Well, that was destined for the right field corner, but Fasano guarded the line and made the play look rather easy. So the Travelers are done in the 4th, leaving 2 men on base. They got 1 base hit. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 0-0. The Travs and the RoughRiders on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard credit card. Cash back, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For a limited time, we'll give you 1,000 rewards points, and you'll get a low 2.9% annual percentage rate on qualifying purchases. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at afcu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
Liberal progressive radio. It's kind of like a dream come true. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDX North Little Rock.
Phil Elson with you here on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. Welcome back to Frisco Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Could actually call it Disney World for baseball fans. They've brought on some new MCs to the field this year. Instead of a kid who tells bad jokes on the field, it's a cast of characters that look like they're from the Old West. Frisco used to be a town that had all the cattle trails driving right through it, and a train depot as well. But this was more of a cattle town, and an Old West town at that, and they sort of pay homage to the history of Frisco all around the ballpark and the neighborhood the ballpark sits in, and they've got a gunfighter and the mayor on the field at various times. 0-0 score. Pitchers have dominated so far. Chris Hunter's dealt 3 very strong innings. Deals to James Fasano, and he chops the first pitch to the first base, and Paulie plays it way off the line, but Hunter covers his position, and Paulie's flip will get the out at first base. 3-1 on the assist at first. With Hunter fielding his position, Fasano is now 0 for 2. So Fasano leads off, grounds down to the first pitch to bring up Travis Metcalf. Metcalf singled in the second and then was caught stealing. Hunter over 3 1/3 innings has scattered 4 hits. He has left 3 men on, struck out 1, no walks. Here's a pitch to Metcalf. Right-hand batter takes a curveball low for a 1-0 count. Checking the Major League scores on the Southwest Airlines scoreboard, we had a final earlier today from Toronto where the Blue Jays beat Tampa Bay 6-4. The 1-0 pitch is fouled off in the air over first and out of play over to the Arkansas bullpen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Toronto got home runs from Troy Gloss and former Razorback Eric Hinsky. Hinsky has seen his playing time dwindle down to almost nothing with his second home run of the year. Jansen the winner, McClung the loser. B.J. Ryan saved his 10th. Pitch outside to Metcalf, ball 2. Yankees and Red Sox, 7th inning at Fenway, 4-1. Boston leading. Manny Ramirez in 3rd inning home run, his 8th. Hunter's 2-1 pitch is outside, ball 3. Oakland A's 3, Chicago White Sox 0. Top of the 3rd. Frank Thomas and Bobby Crosby have hit home runs for the first place White Sox. Came in tied with the Rangers. Angels lead Texas 2-0 in the 4th. Pitch to Metcalf popped up right side, fair territory. Paulie at first base underneath it, and he'll catch it right in front of Eric Rodman for the 2nd out. See if we can find any former Travs in that Angels lineup today. Usually these days you'll find no less than 4, sometimes 5. Anthony Webster coming up next for the RoughRiders. Dallas McPherson in the lineup today. Batting in the 6th hole, he's 0 for 1. Mike Napoli catching. Rob Quinlan playing first base, he's 1 for 1. Adam Kennedy and Sean Figgins in the lineup too. Pitch on the way to Webster. Ground ball in the hole at short and a base hit to left field. So Webster gets his 2nd base hit of the game. He had earlier singled to right. This time he singles to left. Standing in next, Jake Blaylock. Blaylock's brother Hank is in the lineup for the Rangers today, batting 5th and playing 3rd base. Blaylock hitting .321 for the Rangers. Right-hander Jake standing in. His brother a left-hand hitter. Pitch on the way. Inside, Wilson throws to second, and it is in time for the out as Webster is caught stealing. Bobby Wilson is caught Webster stealing to end the 4th inning. And that'll come to a close. No runs for the RoughRiders, 1 hit, nobody left. 4 innings complete, nothing. We'll head to the 5th inning now on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use direct. AgPro knows your patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
4 scoreless innings have gone into the books. RoughRiders out hitting the Travs at the moment 5-2, but Chris Hunter has also not walked a batter. Meanwhile, the Travelers have had 2 base hits and 2 walks, stranded all 4 men on base. David Gates leads off the 5th against Thomas Diamond. Diamond has struck out 4 men in 4 innings, and it took a fine play by his first baseman, John Fasano, to keep a run from scoring in the 4th. Gates, who struck out 4 times yesterday, takes a pitch low for ball 1. Gator fly to center field to end the 2nd inning. Pitch on the way. Fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gates, Espedo, and Bacon here in the 5th. Diamond walks to the backside of the pitcher's mound. Wipes off a little sweat on his pitching hand. 1 ball, 1 strike on Gates. 217 average on the season. The windup, Diamond deal. Check swing, it's outside. 2-1. RoughRiders also featured John Danks in their starting rotation. First-round pick of a couple of years ago out of Round Rock High School. For Danks currently on the shelf. The 2-1. Swinging a pop-up, left side behind the plate. Richardson takes off the mask, but that one is into the seats. A good 15 rows. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Gator. Danks is more of a curveball changeup pitcher. Leads the league with 56 strikeouts in only 40 2/3 innings, but he is shelved for the moment with a sore arm. His last start struck out 12 batters in 6 innings. Travs will not see him in this series. Here's a 2-2 to Gates. Swung on, popped up behind the plate again. Richardson takes off the mask. Runs back into the fence, and it is 4 rows deep. So Gates has gone 15 and 4 rows deep on pop-ups into the seats. Two balls, 2 strikes on Dave. Diamond fires, and Gates hits it foul down the third base line. A sharp line drive on a hanging slider that Diamond just left right down the middle of the plate. Gates seems to be shortening his swing a little bit on 2 strikes rather than that big home run cut that we're used to seeing. He's just looking to really try to put the ball in play, especially after striking out 4 times yesterday. So more of an emphasis on getting it into play today. Here's a 2-2, and it's low, a fastball, ball 3. Full count to start the 5th inning. Diamond has already thrown around 70 pitches. Payoff pitch comes to Gates. He looks at ball 4, a fastball under the knee. Third walk issued by Diamond. He seems pretty displeased with the call. So the Travs get the leadoff man on for the second time today. Back in the second inning, Bobby Wilson led off with a single, but he never made it off of first base. Here's Jason Espedo. Current 4-game hit streak, but Espedo lined out to left in the third. Left-hand batter with the open stance, pumping the bat. Diamond gets the sign and comes set. Gates is running. Espedo swings, lifts it down the left field line, foul in the air. And that'll land in the hat of a Frisco pitcher in the home bullpen. That was a nice catch. Wes Littleton, a submarine right-hander, who probably could audition for the circus with his ability to make catches with the hat. Try barehanded next time, Wes. I think that'll be a little tougher. 0-1 the count on Espedo. Gates was running with that last pitch. Interesting call. Pitch on the way. He stays, and Espedo fouled it off the catcher's mitt, and it falls behind 0-2. Travs have had one man reach second base. That was Greg Porter, who doubled in the fourth. He would have scored had Matt Pauley's line drive not gone into the glove of the first baseman Fasano for the final out. The RoughRiders had men at second and third in the third inning on a disputed book rule double. And Adam Morrissey also lined out to first. We've got some parallels between the teams today. Time called by Espedo at the plate. He stays in the batter's box. Diamond steps off the mound. 0-2 to count on Espedo. Gates taking that lead, a short lead at first. Diamond takes a look at the runner, now delivers. And Espedo lines towards short, backhand off the grass by Cruz, gets the out at second, relay to first. Wow, a double play turn by Enrique Cruz and Benjamin. And to say that Espedo hit it solid would be an understatement. Roped that ball, and it was gloved at the back of the dirt next to the left field grass by the shortstop, and Cruz wheeled around, had the out at second base easy. Benjamin got rid of the ball mighty quickly to first base. That was a splendid 6-4-3 double play by the middle infielders of the Frisco RoughRiders. They'll get a star for that one. Dwayne Bacon stands in, and now the bases are empty, but the corners will come up in case he bunts. Pitch comes from Diamond, looks to bunt, takes low, ball 1. Bacon is 0 for 2. He is lined out to short, and last at bat struck out swinging. Travs nothing, RoughRiders nothing in the fifth. No one on for Bacon, squares around again and takes low, ball 2. Talking about the Frisco starting pitching rotation, we'll see Armando Galarraga tomorrow. Galarraga with an 0-6 record in 8 starts. The 2-0 on the way. Bacon swings a ground ball to the hole at short, stopped by Cruz, but he'll just hold it. And Bacon with an infield single here in the fifth inning, a 2-out single, brings up Eric Rodlin. Rodlin stands in, 0 for 1 with a walk. Nightfall begins to settle in here to northern Texas. Game time temperature was 88 degrees. We'll be in the mid-70s tonight. Throw to first base, Bacon is back. This is definitely an opportunity for Bacon to try to steal. He is the league leader with 16 swipes on the season. He's been caught only twice. Give him a little time to retie his shoe after diving back. Bacon now ready to go. Out to a 5-step lead as Diamond comes to the set position and throws to first. Wayne dives back just ahead of the throw. Kevin Richardson, the catcher, has allowed 24 steals in 35 attempts, a success rate of 69%. A pitch out on the first pitch Bacon holds. Ball 1 to Rodland. Frisco, in fact, has allowed 35 steals this year, second only to Corpus Christi. The Hooks have given up an incredible 52 steals. Go to first. Bacon dives back in and is safe. There's been a couple of close calls at first base, which means that Bacon has taken the largest lead that he can without getting picked off. Got a good lead. Time called by the Frisco bench, and they send their pitching coach, Terry Clark, out to the mound for a chat with Diamond. Diamond very worried about Bacon at first base with good reason. He got the top base stealer in the league over at first with a scoreless duel in the 5th inning. 1 run could certainly be the difference today. But Diamond has only thrown 1 pitch over the last 4 minutes. And so that's what Clark might be out there talking about, the idea that you're going to have to retire the batter sooner or later. Plate umpire Lenny Bruce comes out. And before he gets to the pitcher's mound, Clark leads, jogs back into the dugout, and Diamond ready to go shortly. 0-0 score, top of the 5th. We may actually have a real pitcher's duel today. Chris Hunter has thrown 4 very strong innings. Diamond starting to scuffle over the last 2 frames, but still is not allowed to run. 2 outs after the double play. Bacon singled. Now it's a 1-0 count. Stretch, and the pitch to Rodland is outside, ball 2. 2-0 count on the top active hitter in the league, Eric Rodland. End of the game at 3:55. Eric had a great series against Springfield. Heck, the entire Travs offense hit well. Rodland was 8 for 19 with 3 extra base hits, including his second homer. There's another throw to first. Bacon was caught leaning, but he got back in anyway. Didn't take that large lead on the 2-0 count. Rodland waiting, leaning back. There's a throw to first. Bacon is caught off the base. They picked him off. Fasano running into second. Flips to the shortstop. Cruz will tag out Duane for the final out of the 5th inning. So Bacon caught stealing 1 to 3 to 6. Now the Travs are done in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. We'll go into the bottom half of the 5th inning. Still 0-0 on Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Chick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Chick, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lip-hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the cafe?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Going into the bottom of the 5th inning here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. It is still a 0-0 ball game as Chris Hunter and Thomas Diamond have locked horns in a duel of pitchers. Diamond got out of the 5th inning the same way that Hunter got out of a spot in the 2nd by catching a man stealing himself. 2 RoughRiders have been caught stealing today, one by Hunter, one by Bobby Wilson. Jake Blaylock was at the plate when Webster was caught stealing to end the 4th. He'll pop the first pitch up this inning. Bobby Wilson settles underneath it just in front of the Arkansas dugout at first base, and Wilson makes the catch as 1 away. 4 1/3 innings for Chris Hunter today. And he has only thrown 49 pitches over those 4 1/3 frames. Hunter was allowed only 70 pitches in his previous start. First start coming off the disabled list. Today he's up to about 90. First pitch of the sequence to Richardson is up high, ball 1. Richardson with a squibber in front of the plate that was fielded by Wilson in the third for the out. And the 1-0 to the right-hand 8-batter. Sent him toward the right field gap, but Espedo hustles over and makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 quick outs and only 3 pitches for Chris Hunter. And Luke Grayson will stand in next. Really some scores across the major leagues. Still haven't gotten through that entire scoreboard. Cincinnati is pacing Milwaukee 13-1 to the top of the 7th. The Reds put up 5 runs in the first. They just finished a 6-run 6th inning. Ken Griffey Jr., Austin Kearns, and Adam Dunn have homered. Florida crushing the Cubs 9-1. Aramis Ramirez, 9th home run of the year for the Cubbies, but Nolasco a homer for the Marlins, his first in the majors ever. Luke Grayson, 9-hitter, struck out of the third. Hunter's pitch a strike on the outside corner. Still the Angels leading the Rangers 2-0 in the 5th as Hunter comes home. And a swing and a miss by Grayson on the changeup, strike 2. Last score we'll give you for the moment. Detroit 8, Kansas City 0. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Justin Verlander working on a 1-hitter so far. Here's the 0-2 from Hunter to Grayson. Up high, a fastball, 1-2. The only strikeout of the game for Hunter came against Grayson in the third. Remember, Chris, not been much of a strikeout pitcher this year, but he's got a lot of ground balls and pop-ups today. The 1-2, swing and a miss. He struck him out again, got him on a slider. And both of Chris's strikeouts coming against Grayson. There's his second perfect inning of the game. And in the 5th, nothing doing for the RoughRiders. 5 innings in the books. Scoreless duel going into the 6th on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
An accident involving a large truck can cause a lot of damage. If you're injured, you need a law firm that knows what they're doing. And while facts differ and results vary, we've got a verdict as large as $12.5 million in a single tractor-trailer case. Put this experience on your side. Call us at Gary Eubanks & Associates. We'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced-calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at ascu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Traveler fans, don't forget we are on the road for 7 games counting tonight's action at Frisco. Trav's back to town coming up next Tuesday, May the 30th, as Arkansas hosts their business person special doubleheader, 12 o'clock noon. Don't go to work. Don't even put on the suit and tie. Just come out to the ballpark with your laptop. Make sure it's a wireless card. Wireless internet provided by AT&T Wi-Fi at Raywinder Field for the remainder of this season. 0-0 score. We're at the top of the 6th inning. Leading off is Eric Rodlin. Takes the pitch low for a ball. Rodlin was at the plate when Dwayne Bacon was caught to end the 5th. And a pitch at the knees from Thomas Diamond for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on Rodlin, who was walked and grounded at first. 2-hole followed by Brandon Wood and Greg Porter. Travs have collected 3 hits against Diamond. He's walked 3. Rodlin goes after a high fastball and pops it behind the plate, but it'll get into the seats by about 10 rows. Strike 2. Neither team has really had many threatening positions today. Trav's best spot was in the fourth. Greg Porter had a one-out double. Never made it off of second base. The RoughRiders had men at second and third in the third inning after Enrique Cruz's book rule double, but they left both men on base. And now the 1-2 on the way to Rodland. Diamond slider is grounded to first. Fasano behind the bag, picks it up, steps on first, and Rodland is 0 for 2. Standing in next, Brandon Wood. Wood, 0 for 2 today, popped up in the first inning and flied to right field in the fourth. His slide has gone to 2 hits in his last 26 at-bats. Stands in with a 0-0 ball game. 8 homers for Wood, 13 doubles. This is a matchup of 2 first-round picks. Both from the 0-4 draft. Pitch on the way. Wood takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Pardon me, Wood wasn't part of the 0-4 draft. What am I saying? Yeah, he was. First-round pick, 2004, 23rd overall. Diamond was the 10th overall pick. Here's the 0-1. A little outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. I'd like to see matchups with a power pitcher and a power hitter and see exactly who comes out on top. And if power turns out to be a reason they come out on top. The 1-1 is low, ball 2. We always seem to be mesmerized by the power hitter, power pitcher matchup. We always love to watch Randy Johnson go up against Mark McGuire, the likes of Barry Bonds. Here's the 2-1 pitch to the 3-hitting Wood. Hit him. Got him on the left elbow. So Diamond puts his fourth man on himself, 3 walks, and he hits Brandon Wood. Wood's okay, just took it on that left arm, just above the elbow it looked. Wood hit by a pitch for the 4th time this year, and here comes Greg Porter. So the matchup of Wood and Diamond turns out to be a non sequitur. They don't get anything out of that. Wood will lead away from first base. Porter collected the last Traveler extra base hit, a double in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 2. From the stretch, and there goes Wood running on the pitch, which is high and no throw to second. Wood had a jump by a good 3 feet before the pitch was even out of Diamond's hands. Want to know the count? The steal for Wood, his 5th on the year. And Diamond was just standing there like a statue while Wood was already halfway to second base. A 1-out RBI chance for Greg Porter. Pitch comes. Up high, 2-0. Porter has driven in 22 runs on the year. 16 of them over his last 18 games. A 2-0 count on deck, Bobby Wilson. Pitch comes. Down and in, ball 3. A breaking ball by Diamond. And he's 3-0 on Porter. On deck is Bobby Wilson. Wilson is singled and walked. Diamond a long look for the sign. He's ready. Here's the 3-0 to Porter. All the way he takes a strike. Up around the letters on the outside corner, borderline strike. 3-1 the count on the 4-hitter. Porter with 31 hits over his last 16 games. Time called. The catcher jogs to the mound for a talk with Thomas Diamond. Mention about tomorrow's pitching matchup. Jesse Smith for the Travs. Smith 3-3 with a 4.60 ERA, taking on Armando Galarraga, who has the worst record of any Texas League pitcher at 0-6 with a 6.25 earned run average. 7:05 first pitch. Richardson back behind the plate. The count's 3-1 to Porter. Will Diamond give in? Still leaning in. Diamond finally takes the sign, sets, and delivers. And Porter takes ball 4 just off the outside corner. fourth walk from Diamond, plus the hit batter Wood. 2 on, 1 away for the side hitter, Bobby Wilson. No one warming up in the Frisco bullpen, though the backup catcher is in the bullpen down the left field line in the stands, waiting to see if someone's going to start throwing. So here's Wilson. Singled past the mound in the second, walked on 4 pitches in the fourth. Average up to 322. RBI chance. Diamond kicks, turns to second, doesn't throw. Wood will walk back into second base. The infield, a double play depth. They turned a twin killing in the fifth, which is the first double play turned behind Thomas Diamond this season. Diamond steps off. Bobby Wilson out of the batter's box. Game slowing down to a crawl here in the 6th inning. 0-0 game. Outfield playing shallow, apparently not expecting the ball to carry much off of Wilson's bat. Now Diamond finds a sign he likes. Pitch comes to Wilson in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Richardson. It rolls to the right, and Wood will hold at second base. Brandon went about a third of the way towards third base, but thought better of it. The ball didn't get all that far away from Richardson. Wood probably would have been out with a good throw. 1-0 the count to Wilson. Diamond working much slower than earlier in the game. He looks to be pitching with a little bit of apprehension. Stretch position, the 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Runs batted in for Bobby Wilson. Collected 3 of them on Saturday with a 3-run homer. Will Diamond lay one down the middle? Here it is. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. Diamond did not lay it right down the middle. Still had plenty of zip on the fastball. And he even darted on that outside corner before it came to the plate. Late movement on his pitches. Under the belt, he's ready. The 2-1 to Wilson. Swing and a miss, and he almost fell down on the backswing. Bobby put a vicious cut on that fastball from Thomas Diamond that came up empty. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sun has set here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Cloud cover overhead. Dark gray. Wilson trying to drive a run home. The 2-2. Strike 3 called. Wilson strikes out looking on a fastball that grazed the outside corner. Strikeout number 5 for Thomas Diamond. And now it's up to Matt Brown to bring home a run. Brown has had trouble against Diamond, facing him twice, striking out both at-bats. Looking in the second, swinging in the fourth. Wood at second base, Porter at first. Still no hits in the inning. Here's a delivery to Brown. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Challenged him with a fastball and put it in the hitting zone. Wood was hit by a pitch. He stole second, but Porter walked on 5 pitches. There's a gap in right center field for Brown. Richardson's target inside. The pitch, check swing. Appeal to first. Swing, said Richard Pryor. Strike 2. So Diamond, after having trouble with the strike zone against the 2 and 3 hitters, done nothing but throw strikes to the 5 and 6 hit men. Here's the 0-2 to Brown. Inside, at the elbow, ball 1. That fastball measured at 93 miles an hour on the radar gun reading at the outfield scoreboard. 0-0, top of the 6th in game 1 of a 3-game set with the Travs in Frisco. Good game tonight. Here's the 1-2. Brown will take a pitch outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That wasn't as close as the crowd would like to have you believe. It was wide by a good half a foot. Slider that wasn't really close. 2 on Brown. Pitch comes to Matt. High, ball 3. Brown's last RBI came on May the 2nd. And hit a solo home run against Corpus Christi. Finished that 3-game series with 4 runs batted in. Matt has gone 63 at-bats since that RBI. Got a chance here. 3-2 count. Ollie on deck. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out for the 3rd time on a fastball at 93 miles an hour. No runs for the Travelers in the 6th inning. No base hits. 2 men stranded, and the game continues into the bottom of the 6th with a 0-0 score on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safely. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible reward. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Chris Hunter has set down 6 of the last 7 men that he's faced. Hunter in 5 scoreless innings has allowed only 5 base hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts, looking for his 2nd win of the year. But Thomas Diamond has matched him, although he's walked 4 and hit another batter. Travs have recorded just 3 hits against the hard-throwing righty. So it looks like the RoughRiders may be working into the bullpen once we get into the 7th. Wes Littleton starts to warm up in the left field pen. Casey Benjamin at the top of the Rough Rider order leads off the 6th. Benjamin is 1 for 2, a left-handed batting second baseman, and the corners are in. Pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Benjamin, a ground out on the 1st, his single in the 3rd, went into left field. On deck, Enrique Cruz, 3-hitter Adam Morrissey, the 1-0. Foul ball in the air over the third base side, over Chateau number 4. And that is a 1-1 count on Benjamin. You'll hear me refer to the Chateaus here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. The Chateaus are the luxury suites, which are separate buildings down each baseline. Here's the 1-1, and it just missed the inside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Those Chateaus are built to look almost like where the Kentucky Derby is run. 2-1 pitch, low and outside, ball 3, Churchill down. Pardon the brain freeze there. It happens on occasion. Gleaming white and gray buildings with spires up to the top. Here's the 3-1 to Benjamin. And there's the first walk of the game from Chris Hunter. A leadoff walk in the 6th. Benjamin took that fastball outside. Hunter had some close pitches there. And he'll have to work from the stretch against the 2-hitter, Enrique Cruz. Cruz had possibly the biggest at-bat of the game. 3rd inning after Benjamin reached with a 2-out single. Cruz sent a fly ball over Jason Espito's head in right field. Espito dropped it at the warning track. It was awarded a double, but the ball got caught underneath the LED billboard on the right field fence. Hunter throws to first. Benjamin is back. Benjamin had rounded 3rd, and we had thought had scored, but since the ball got caught under that LED billboard, which sits just a few inches above the playing surface, it was a book rule double. The pitch is outside, ball 1. Mr. a matter of how the ground rules work. Ballpark to ballpark, it is different. Some other ballparks, it would be up to the outfielder to yank the ball out from underneath the LED billboard. Another throw to first base. Benjamin dives back in. Cruz, originally a Milwaukee Brewer farmhand, was traded May 13th for reliever Brian Shout. Just his 6th game with Frisco. Stretched by Hunter, the 1-0. Foul ball at the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Cruz had been with the Mets in 1999 as a free agent, signed at 17 years old. The Brewers drafted him in the Major League Rule 5 draft in 2003, and they had to keep him on the Major League roster all season or otherwise offer him back to the Mets for half the waiver price, and so they gave him 60 games of experience in the majors with the Brewers. He was 6 for 71. Pitch, change-up, strike on the inside corner. Strike 2 to Cruz. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on the 2-hitter. So Cruz got his first Major League experience at the age of 20. Spent the last 2 years at various levels of the minors. Chopper to the hole at short, backhand by Wood, flips to second, no out at second base. Benjamin beats the throw, and Cruz is at first base, so it's first and second for the RoughRiders. That'll be a base hit. Really nothing Wood or Brown could have done. Brown dove over the ball, diving toward second base. Wood stopped it in shallow left, and what that does is keep Benjamin from reaching third. So first and second, and nobody out for Frisco's 3-hitter, Adam Morrissey. Now, you wouldn't expect the 3-hitter to be bunting, but with nobody out and the cleanup batter on deck, that may be the course of action taken by Darrell Kennedy. We'll see. Travs will guard the bunt. Brown up at third. Porter in front of the runner at first. Hunter from the stretch, he deals. Morrissey swings and fouls it back. Strike 1. RoughRiders have put down 14 sacrifices this year. Morrissey, none. Again, the fact that Morrissey was hitting .415 over the first 10 games as a RoughRider, why have him bunt? The pitch. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Rodlin can't dive and stop it. It's into center field for a base hit. Benjamin rounds third, and the throw into the plate is cut off at second by Wood. He's got Cruz hung up between second and third. Brown tags it out, throws to second, trying to get Morrissey, but Morrissey slid in just before the throw was there. So it'll be an RBI single for Adam Morrissey to center field. Benjamin scoring to make it 1-0. Cruz thrown out at third base. That'll go 8 to 6 to 5. And Morrissey gets into second base on the relay.
Cruz out 8-6-5.
So it's 1-0 Frisco on the RBI single by Morrissey, his 6th RBI in a Frisco uniform. Hunter now working to Fasano with Morrissey at second base. Only 1 away. Fasano 0 for 2 from the left side. Pitch comes. Outside, ball 1. No one warming up in the Traveler bullpen, and really no reason. Hunter has pitched a fantastic ball game, but the leadoff walk comes back to haunt him. And the 2-base hits here in the 6th inning have either just been out of the reach of an infielder or far enough away from an infielder for an infield single. The 1-0 hit in the air towards right field, high but not deep at all. Coming in is Espedo. He'll make the catch. Morrissey holds at second base on out number 2. That'll bring up Travis Metcalf. So we had a scoreless duel going into the bottom of the 6th inning, but Frisco answers with 1 run. And they still have a chance for another. Metcalf singled in the 2nd, pops up in the 4th. So here's Metcalf with only 9 RBIs over 39 games. Morrissey at second base, runs well. Rodlin will hold him on. Hunter has now surrendered 7 base hits. 2 of them here in the 6th. Metcalf a righty. Delivery comes to him. Slider missed inside, ball 1. Outfield shallow. The ball not carrying at all today. There's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed by Metcalf on a slider. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hunter looking in. Morrissey away from second and no one there to hold him. The 1-1 pitch in the dirt outside, but blocked by Wilson. It rolls in front of him. Morrissey holding at second base. 2-1 the count. Big for Hunter to show that he has the stuff to work into the sixth inning, keeping the opponent off the scoreboard. And Hunter seems to have that shoulder problem nailed down. He looks healthy today. 2-1 pitch. Metcalf takes outside, ball 3. Hunter had been to 3 balls on only 2 hitters through the first 5 innings. Walks the leadoff batter Benjamin here in the 6th and falls behind Metcalf 3-1. First base is open. Morrissey leading from second. On deck, Anthony Webster, 2 for 2. Pitch in there for a strike, and the count goes full. Hunter toes the rubber, trying to keep it a 1-run 6th inning for the RoughRiders. The right-hander ready. Payoff on the way. Swinging a line drive, fair down the first base line. It'll be extra bases. Morrissey scores to make it 2-0, and Metcalf chugging into second base as Espedo drops the ball on the warning track. He goes for third, and he'll get third easily. Espedo having some trouble with the ball in foul territory on the warning track in the right field corner. And that meant that Metcalf got third base without a throw. It'll be at least an RBI for Metcalf, either a double or a triple, depending on the official scorer's ruling, but it's 2-0 RoughRiders. RBI for Metcalf, only his 10th of the year. Hunter challenged Metcalf with that payoff pitch. He came with a fastball. Metcalf went with it down the right field line. It's going to be a triple for Metcalf, his first of the year. Webster, a left-hander, has singled 2 times, once to right field, once to left. And a broken bat ground ball on the right side will be gloved by the pitcher. Hunter's going to tag Webster for the final out of the 6th inning. The RoughRiders, however, put up 2 runs on 3 base hits. They strand a man at third. And after 6 innings, Frisco grabs the lead, 2-0 into the 7th on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Make your plans now to see the best racing under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway, June 8th, 9th, and 10th. You won't want to miss another incredible finish like this one from 2002.
Here we come once again. It's alive. The winner's going to be Sam Ornish Jr. by 96 thousandths of a second.
The Oak Creek Homes qualifying day for the IRL and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will be Thursday, June 8th. And on Friday, June 9th, David Starr, Dennis Sexton, Todd Boda, and the rest of the Craftsman Truck Series will go door to door and heat up the asphalt in the Samstown 400. But the weekend would not be complete without the fearless drivers of the Indy Racing League at speeds over 200 miles per hour in the Bombardier Learjet 500 Saturday night, June 10th. Could it be Dan Weldon, Sam Hornish Jr., Tony Kanaan, or Danica Patrick claiming the Texas victory? Don't miss the action under the lights. Call 817-215-8500 or visit TexasMotorspeedway.com. Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating 10 years strong.
Do you have an interest in broadcasting, enjoy baseball, and are looking for a part-time job opportunity? Well, maybe we have what you're looking for. KDXE AM 1380 is the home for Arkansas Travelers baseball, and we need to add to our staff of board operators for Travelers games. Your responsibility will involve the process of putting Arkansas Travelers games on the air. The work schedule includes weeknights and weekends shared with other staff board operators. No experience in broadcasting is necessary, and learning our system for game broadcasts is easy. If you're interested, give us a call at 501-221-1380. That's 501-221-1380.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
6 innings in the books at Dr. Pepper Ballpark, and the Frisco RoughRiders scored 2 runs in the bottom half of the 6th. Take a 2-run lead, and they hand the keys to the lead to Wes Littleton, who inherits this 2-run advantage after Thomas Diamond worked the first 6 innings. Diamond over 6 innings struck out 6 batters, raising his season total to 55 strikeouts, ranking him in a tie for second in the league along with Raul Estrada of Corpus Christi. Diamond allowed only 3 base hits. He did walk 4 men and hit 1 other. No runs for Diamond. And for Diamond in 6 shutout innings, it is the 3rd time this year he has thrown 6 innings of shutout ball and left with a lead. Last time, however, on May the 12th, he went 6 innings, struck out 11, only allowed 2 base hits and no runs. But he got a no decision. Matt Pauley leads off the 7th against Littleton. Littleton's been about as tough as a reliever as there's been in the league this year. He's allowed only 2 runs in 24 1/3 innings. Pauley 0 for 2, takes low for a ball. Pauley almost drove in a run in the 4th inning. First and second, 2 outs. He lined out to first. The Travs stranded 2 men. Here's the 1-0. Pauley swings and a high drive in a deep right field. Going back, Webster at the warning track, at the wall. It is gone. And Matt Pauley, on just the second pitch of the 7th inning, has gotten the Travs their first run of the game. A solo home run, his 3rd with Arkansas. And as he circles third base, it's the first home run allowed by Wes Littleton since last season. Right into the houses of the Holy Pond or the pool, which was installed during the offseason in right field for those folks who have, I don't know, more money than they know what to do with. So here comes Gates up to the plate. Fly to center in the 2nd, walk in the 5th. And Littleton from the stretch delivers a slider outside. Littleton is a side-arming right-hander from Hayward, California, standing 6'2", weighing 210. 3 wins, no losses, 2 saves. Here's a 1-0. Gates will take a breaking ball for a strike to the knees, 1-1. The home run for Pauley is only the 12th hit allowed by Littleton in 24 1/3 innings. Here's the 1-1. Gates swings, grounds to short. Cruz is there. And he'll throw over to first to retire Gates. 1 out. Here's Jason Esposito. Travs saw Littleton last year. Littleton appeared in 5 games against Arkansas, allowing 2 homers, but striking out 13 in 8 2/3. He had a .519 earned run average against Arkansas, but most pitchers against last year's Travs team had a high ERA. Esposito is 0 for 2, left-hand batter, jumped away from a breaking ball inside, and it's 1-0. 2-1 score, Frisco leading. Riders put up 2 in the 6th. Travs get a leadoff home run from Matt Pauley in the 7th. Pauley has now homered 3 times in the last 10 games. Esposito was fly to left and hit into a double play. Pitch, he is out in front and swings and misses at a Littleton changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mentioned Littleton pitched for Frisco last year. Appeared in 48 games, 2 wins, 3 losses, and a .397 ERA. The 1-0, Esposito's out in front, slow grounded to third, charging Metcalf, gloves it, flips on the run, and it's in time for the out. Esposito is gone, he's 0 for 3. 2 outs in the 7th for Dwayne Bacon. So we go to the top of the Arkansas order for the 4th time. Bacon has lined to short, a leaping catch by Cruz in the 1st inning. Struck out swinging in the 3rd. Bacon singled with 2 outs in the 5th inning, but was caught stealing by the pitcher, Thomas Diamond. Metcalf goes off at third base, comes to the cut of the grass. Bacon will bat from the left side. A pitch, fastball right down the middle. And Bacon, although he squared around, drew it back immediately, and he's behind to the count 0-1. Big gap in right center, a lot of room in the right field corner. Littleton throws to the plate, outside, ball 1. 2 outs after the Pauley homer. 1-1 to Bacon. Travs behind by a run in the 7th inning. Littleton delivers. Bacon's out in front, slaps it high to right field. Webster drifting back 3 feet, and he makes the catch. And the Travs are done in the 7th inning. They manage the solo homer by Matt Pauley to lead off. And that's all they get. Arkansas trailing 2-1 as we go into the 7th inning stretch here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
He's been a sports anchor on TV. He's reported on games of the Kansas City Chiefs. He hosts NFL postgame shows week after week. But he still hasn't quit his day job. Gordon Docking is the Chief Executive Officer of St. Mary's Hospital in suburban Kansas City. He's distinguished himself nationally as an innovator in healthcare, impacting the design of the hospitals of tomorrow. But before he was CEO, he was a master's degree student at Webster University. Today, he's an achiever in many walks of life. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Pitch on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the seventh inning, and the Travs give their first run of support to Chris Hunter. Hunter had thrown 5 shutout innings before giving up 2 runs on 3 hits and a walk in the 6th. Hunter returns for the 7th inning. He'll go against the bottom 3 hitters of the order for the Frisco RoughRiders. Riders, 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Frisco has stranded 4 batters. The Travelers 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. Arkansas has stranded 6. Phil Elson with you at the ballpark. Back at the studios in Sherwood, Brad Hicks. Blaylock leads off the 7th. He's 0 for 2. There's nobody warming up in the Arkansas bullpen at the moment. It looks like someone's just gotten up off the bench as the pitch missed outside for Hunter. It's 1-0. Blaylock is flied to left and popped up to the catcher. Hunter winds up, and his slider misses outside, ball 2. There is someone warming up in the bullpen. It is Miguel Gonzalez. He just started to throw. 2 balls, no strikes on Blaylock. Richardson and Grayson next. On the way to pitch, low, ball 3. Hunter started the 6th inning with a walk. He hadn't walked anybody over the first 5. Currently does not want to start the 7th by walking the 7-hitter Blaylock. Now the 3-0 pitch is right down the middle, strike 1. We'll check scores around the Texas League this inning and see what's going on across the circuit. Interdivisional battle. 3-1 pitch. Blaylock swings and a fly ball into center field. Bacon coming in. He grabs out number 1. Springfield started today with a 2-game lead over second-place Tulsa. Springfield leading Midland 2-1 in the 6th inning. Stu Pomerantz working on a 2-hitter. Tulsa, on the strength of home runs by Judd Thigpen and Troy Tulowitzki, the Drillers have a 4-2 lead against San Antonio in the 6th inning. Corpus Christi, the first-place team in the South, 2.5-game lead over Midland. Corpus has hit 3 homers today, and the Hooks have a 6-1 lead over Wichita. Here's Richardson with a fly ball foul over the first base roof. I think that actually hit one of the Chateaus. It did hit a Chateau. 0-1 on Richardson, who is grounded to the catcher and lined out to right. Pitch on the way from Hunter. In there for strike 2. Big slider. Corpus Christi's homers by Jorge Cortez, 2nd. Derek Nicholson, his 1st. And J.R. House at number 5. Here's an 0-2 from Hunter. Struck him out swinging. Hits into the catcher's mitt. Richardson is out, number 2. And the 3rd strikeout victim for Chris Hunter. Two to 1 Frisco. Bottom 7. Nobody on for Luke Grayson. Richardson was the 3rd strikeout for Hunter. Grayson has struck out in both of his other at-bats. 3rd inning swinging, 5th inning swinging. Here's the first delivery of the 7th for Grayson. He swings, hits a high fly to straightaway center. Bacon will drift towards right a few steps. Can of corn, and 3 up and 3 down for the RoughRiders in the 7th inning. Another stalwart inning pitch by Chris Hunter. But we'll take it into the 8th. It's still Frisco 2 and Arkansas 1 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linen, rental mat, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Parks, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
Think of us like a thinking person voter's guide. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.
Moving into the 8th inning here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Frisco still leading 2-1. RoughRiders 2 runs came in the 6th inning. RBI single by Adam Morrissey. Run-scoring triple from Travis Metcalf. Travelers' only run coming on a Matt Pauley leadoff homer in the 7th. Here in the 8th, Travs send number 2 batter Eric Rodland up to the plate, followed by Brandon Wood and Greg Porter. Wes Littleton in his 2nd inning of relief. He'd allowed only 3 runs coming in to the game on the whole, 2 runs on the whole season. And Rodland takes a high slider, ball 1. And Pauley greeted the 2nd pitch from Littleton of the 7th and blasted it over the right field wall. Rodland, 6-game hitting streak on the line. He's 0 for 2 with ground outs to first base twice. Did walk in the first. Here's a pitch popped up over third down the line, giving Chase Metcalf into foul territory. Makes the running grab right in front of the warning track, and Rodland is out number 1. That'll bring up Brandon Wood. Littleton may be coming on for the remainder of the game. He does have 1 3-inning stint in a game this year. Back on May the 9th, faced 11 batters over 3 innings, allowed only 1 hit and no runs. Wood standing in. Brandon is 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch. Littleton goes to a slider and nudges the outside corner for a strike call. Littleton working quickly. Submarine. Slider for strike 2. So Wood has seen 2 sliders. You see a lot of breaking balls from Wes Littleton. Into the stretch, the pitch to Wood is a fastball off the plate outside. Greg Porter on deck, been on base 2 times. Travs only 4 base hits today. The 1-2 pitch, swinging a high fly to left field. He got underneath the slider. Shortstop Cruz has the play about 50 feet out, and he makes the catch. Wood is 0 for 3. 2 pop-ups for this inning in the 8th, bringing up Greg Porter. Only 1 batter has reached against Littleton. That was Matt Pauley on the home run to start the 7th. Since then, Littleton has set down 5 men, all in a row, and here comes Porter. Porter, a ground out in the 1st, doubled off the left field wall in the 4th, walked in the 6th. First at bat against Littleton here, and Porter swings and misses. That's the first pitch, strike 1. 2-1 RoughRiders. Travs has stranded 6 men on base today, leaving 2 in scoring position. Here's the 0-1. Porter takes the ball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Travs cleanup batter. Bobby Wilson on deck. He is a hit today and a walk. The 1-1 pitch to Greg. Backdoor slider, missed outside, ball 2. The 2-1 to Porter. Swinging a line drive over the shortstop into left center field, a base hit. Laylock hustling over, but he couldn't cut it off. It gets into the gap. Porter has his second double of the day. A stand-up, two-out double for Greg Porter in the tying run at scoring position. Duck on the pond for Bobby Wilson. So Porter has collected 2 of the Travelers' 5 hits. It'll take a 6th hit to bring him in. Bobby Wilson collected Arkansas's first base hit. A leadoff single in the second. He'd be stranded. Diamond walked him in the 4th and caught him looking in the 6th. It would be something if the Travs tied the game against Wes Littleton, considering he only allowed 2 runs over his first 24 in the 3rd innings, covering the first 16 appearances of his season. And Arkansas is a base hit away from tying it. No one will hold Porter at second. He takes a big lead. Wilson a right-hander. Littleton is as well. Goes to a slider outside, ball 1. Laylock, Grayson, and Webster in the outfield, shading a little bit into left. Wilson readjusts his batting gloves, measures the bat against the plate, wheels it around once, brings it back over the right shoulder. Pickoff play at second. Porter is out at second base. Picked off by the pitcher, Wes Littleton, and now they say he dropped the ball. Yes, Enrique Cruz dropped it after putting the tag down. The umpire made a late call on the safe call, but if Cruz holds on to the baseball, Porter is picked off. Boy, the Travs catch a real break right there. Inning probably should be over. It's a 1-0 count. Pitch to Wilson, swing and a miss, strike 1. It didn't have either of the middle infielders holding Porter on base. That's why he had a very big lead. But the shortstop, Cruz, came in behind him. The throw beat Porter by a good 3 feet. He was out by a wide margin. But Cruz, after tagging him, dropped it. The 1-1 to Wilson. Swing and a miss on the slider. Gathered up all his strength in that cut, but was well in front of it. 1-2 to count. Littleton loves those breaking balls. Does he throw another? He's ready. Target outside. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Wilson strikes out for the second time, and it was the Littleton slider to end the 8th inning. No runs for the Travs. 1 hit, 1 left. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Frisco's lead is 2-1 on Air America, Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Last chance for Frisco. They take a 2-1 lead into the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Travs make their first and hopefully only pitching change of the night. Miguel Gonzalez replaces Chris Hunter. Hunter with his finest appearance of the year and one of the better starting performances by a Traveler to go 7 innings, allowing just 2 runs on 8 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. But Hunter gave up those 2 runs on a game where the Travs have put up only 1 run. over their first 8 trips to the plate. So Gonzalez comes onto the 8th to face the top of the Rough Rider order. Miguel making his third Double-A appearance and giving up 2 runs in his last inning. Casey Benjamin, Enrique Cruz, and Adam Morrissey are scheduled to bat. First, Benjamin, left-hander, began the 6th inning with a walk and scored Frisco's first run. Also singled in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2. First pitch, a breaking ball for a strike on the outside corner. Benjamin, a slap hitter, with only 3 extra base hits in 21 games. The 0-1 bends low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Boston finished off the Yankees 9-5. The Yankees scored 4 of their runs in the 9th inning. Gonzalez breaking ball low and away, 2 balls and a strike. Kurt Schilling, the winner, 7-2. A-Rod and Posada went deep for the Yankees. Manny Ramirez, a home run and a 4-run third. The 2-1 for Miguel is off the outside corner, ball 3. Gonzalez in just his second professional season signed as a free agent. Hails from Mexico, lives in San Fernando, California. Here's the 3-1. A ball up high and a leadoff walk for Benjamin. Second leadoff walk he has taken, and he had scored back in the 6th after a leadoff free pass. So here's Enrique Cruz. Cruz moved Benjamin to second base with a 6th inning infield single to shortstop. He's also doubled and grounded out. Cruz is 2 for 3. Brown coming up at third. There's a throw to first base, not in time, but Cruz didn't show whether or not he's going to square around and bunt. Here's the first pitch. Swung on, ground ball to short, backhand by Wood, throws to Rodland, 1 away, relay to first, rack him up. They turn 2-6-4-3. Nicely turned as well. Rodland had Benjamin digging right in for him, but he leapt over him and still got the throw to first base and Paulie with plenty of time left. 2 outs after the leadoff walk and the twin killing, and that brings up Morrissey. Once we get into the 9th inning, the Travs send Matt Brown, Matt Paulie, and David Gates to the plate. Jason Espedo if anybody reaches. Pitch to the 3-hitter, Morrissey, low, ball 1. Morrissey drove in the first Frisco run with a single to center in the 6th. Check swing, foul ball strike on the right side. No one throwing in the Frisco bullpen at the moment. Although Jesse Carlson is up, not throwing yet. Morrissey swings over a breaking ball from Gonzalez, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Morrissey. Base is empty, 2 outs. Riders leading in the 8th. 2-1 score. Gonzalez about to wind up, but steps off. Morrissey at quiet stance on the right side. Target is on the inside corner. Gonzalez deals, and it's lofted over the second baseman's head for a base hit. Over towards the gap goes Dwayne Bacon to cut it off, and a 2-out single for Adam Morrissey will bring up James Pisano. Ricky Nolasco pitched the Florida Marlins to a 9-1 victory over the Cubbies, and Nolasco also homered off of Sean Marshall, who falls to 3-2. Aramis Ramirez counted for the only Cubs run with his 9th homer of the year. Here's Pisano, a left-hand batter, 0 for 3. Here's the first pitch from Gonzalez. Outside for ball 1. Angels are tied with Texas in the 7th inning, 2-2. Rangers scoring a run in the 6th and the 7th to tie it. Detroit leading Kansas City 8-0. Jeremy Bondurant working on a 2-hitter. That was Justin Verlander working on a 2-hitter. The pitch is low. Pardon me, at the knees of Pisano. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. Morrissey singled. He's at first. Pisano stands back in. Gonzalez in its only inning after replacing Chris Hunter. The 1-1 pitch to Fasano. Swing and a miss on the changeup, strike two. Frank Thomas has hit a pair of home runs for the A's. Oakland leads the White Sox 4-1 at the top of the eighth in Chicago. The 1-2 count. Pitch from Gonzalez. Swing and a miss, and Fasano strikes out to end the eighth. No runs for Frisco, one hit, one left. Crabs need one to tie. Going into the top of the ninth inning, Frisco leads 2-1 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir. What's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir. This is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Crabs trailing 2-1 going into the ninth inning here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark in Frisco. Bill Elson with you as the Crabs trying to come back and stave off their 12th loss in 14 games. Matt Brown leads off the ninth against Wes Littleton. Brown's had a tough day at the plate, striking out in all of his 3 at-bats. Matt Pauley will follow. David Gates hits third, and if anybody reaches, Jason Espedo waiting in the wings. Wes Littleton in his 3rd inning of work. For the first pitch, strike to Brown, and it is 0-1. There are 2 Frisco pitchers warming up in the bullpen. One right-hander, one lefty. Jesse Carlson, the righty. The 0-1 to Brown. Shows bunt. Takes outside. 1-1. Actually, Carlson, the lefty. And the right-hander is not on the roster. The 1-1 pitch. Brown squibs it foul back into the screen. Strike 2. Littleton trying for a 3-inning save, perhaps, but he does have 2 pitchers getting ready in the bullpen just in case. The 1-2 to Brown, swing and a miss, and strikes out for the 4th time. The slider, and Littleton has struck out 2 in a row, 1 out in the 9th inning, and now it's Matt Pauley's chance. Dan Touchette is warming up in the Frisco bullpen as well, though he's not on the roster. I'm not sure how they can use him. Pauley homered in the 7th, the only traveler run. Littleton goes to a slider for a strike. It was the first home run that Littleton has allowed this year, and just the 3rd run he's allowed overall. Littleton has allowed just 1 hit since. And that was a Greg Porter 2-out double in the 8th. The 0-1 to Pauley. Swinging a high drive towards the right field corner. Hooking. Foul. Home run distance. Foul by 10 or 15 feet. Strike 2 on Pauley. Boy, Pauley coming very close to hitting a game-tying home run. He really seems to be in the zone. Hit the ball hard twice today.
The 0-2 pitch. Fastball outside. On deck is David Gates. Littleton set. Submarines to the plate, and Pauly fouls it down the third base line. A little squibber off the end of the bat. A lot of squibs with Littleton at the mound with that slider that just hovers towards the strike zone and then whips outside. Tough to figure out where that pitch is going to go. Back to the stretch. Pauly opens the stance. The pitch, fastball, swing and a miss. Strike three. Seemed to surprise him with that fastball, measured at 94 miles an hour on the radar gun. Littleton has struck out 3 batters in a row, and now the Travs are down to their final out of the ninth. So here's David Gates. Gates, who struck out in all 4 of his at-bats yesterday. Walked in the 5th, but otherwise is 0 for 2 tonight. Right-hand batter with 1 homer on the year. Pitch, swing and a miss on a slider, strike 1. RoughRiders leading by a run, 2-1. The 0-1 pitch. Down low, a ball and a strike. 15 homers for Gates last year. They will just take a single to keep the inning alive. Esposito on deck, then Bacon. The 1-1. In there, strike 2 on the slider. Right-hander set. Pitch to Gates. High fastball. 2-2. Now he throws the fastball. Littleton comes more over the top. His slider, when he drops down, he's tipping his pitches. 2-2 on the way. Low and in. 3-2 count. Payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Littleton strikes out the side in the 9th inning, and he pitches a 3-inning save. Frisco beats the Travelers in Game 1 of the 3-game series by a final score of 2-1. Chris Hunter takes a very tough defeat in his finest outing of the season. 2 runs, 1 run too many to allow on a night where the Travs offense was held to 5 hits and only 1 run. So Frisco wins the first round of this 3-game set. The Riders go to 21-22. The Travelers have now lost 12 of 14. Arkansas slumps to 15-28. We'll have the final totals and the recap next on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Since 1901, the Arkansas Travelers have been making memories in the natural state, like John Young launching a home run over the Mills Freeway to win the '77 Texas League title. People still talk about the explosive performances of Captain Dynamite or the Travs leadoff batter for the 1976 season, 3'4" Roscoe P. Stidman, and the unbelievable home run heroics of recent Travs Tommy Murphy and Mike Napoli.
And it's a grand slam! Tommy Murphy wins the game with a walk-off grand slam!
Now you, your friends, and family are invited to create some memories of your own as the Travs charge to the 74th and final season at Ray Winder Field.
Double play ends it. The Travs are the East Division champions.
Come share the excitement as the Arkansas Travelers celebrate their history with another winning season. For tickets, call 664-1555 or visit Travs.com.
Henry Morales has hit another ball onto the freeway. Get out of here.
The Arkansas Travelers, still the greatest game on dirt.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discount you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Company has insurance Company, Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northwood, Illinois.
Hey guys, want another beer?
Another what?
Another beer.
I didn't have a beer. Did you have a beer? I don't think so.
Yes, you did. These beers right in front of you? Remember you ordered them from me?
Weird. I remember eating the wings.
Yeah, the wings were good.
Are you sure we drank the beer?
Look, you guys came in, you ate the wings, you drank the beer.
Huh.
Whatever. Do you guys want another round?
Of what?
Beer.
Yeah, that sounds great. You want a beer?
I would love a beer.
Next time, try the light beer with the taste you won't forget. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show. Once again, here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Travs suffer their 12th loss in 14 games. A tough one tonight. They fall to the Frisco RoughRiders by a final score of 2-1. Phil Elson with you on the Allstate Insurance post-game report, giving you the unofficial final totals for tonight's ball game, starting with visiting Arkansas. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors, and 7 men left. The RoughRiders scored 2 runs on 9 hits, no errors, and 5 men left. Winning pitcher is Thomas Diamond. He goes 3-1. Chris Hunter takes a tough loss, drops to 1-4, goes 7 innings, allowing only 2 runs on 8 hits, a walk and 3 strikeouts. Diamond went 6 shutout innings, holding the top offense in the league to only 3 hits. Travs did walk 4 times, got hit by 1 pitch, but Diamond also struck out 6. The save goes to Wes Littleton, a 3-inning save where Littleton struck out the final 4 batters he had faced, and it's Littleton's 3rd of the year. Game time was only 2 hours and 15 minutes in front of a paid crowd of 6,823 that looked more like 2,023. The RoughRiders go to 21-22, and the Travelers fall to 15-28. They didn't have a single run scored until the 6th inning. RoughRiders came the closest in the 3rd inning. Hunter got 2 quick outs, but then Casey Benjamin singled to left field, followed by a high fly ball to right field off the bat of Enrique Cruz. Jason Estito got turned around on the ball, and as he backpedaled into the warning track, he dropped it, and the ball rolled underneath the LED billboards that line the right field fence, got caught underneath there. Benjamin had scored on the play, but he was quickly sent back to third base by the umpire crew as they had ruled a ground rule double. Hunter got out of the inning when Adam Morrissey lined out to the first baseman. Travs came close to scoring in the 4th. 1-out double by Greg Porter, and then Diamond walked Bobby Wilson. Matt Brown struck out, and Matt Pauley followed with a line drive that was caught by the first baseman, James Fasano, reaching out a backhand catch. Otherwise, it would have been an extra base hit down the right field line. So the game remained tied until the bottom of the 6th inning as Hunter issued his first and only walk of the night. It would come back to haunt him. He walked the leadoff batter, Casey Benjamin, then an infield single by Enrique Cruz to shortstop, moved Benjamin to second base. Adam Morrissey would ground a single up the middle, scoring Benjamin on the play. Cruz would get tagged out between second and third base. Morrissey moved into second base on the play, and he would score when Travis Metcalf slashed a line drive inside the right field line for a triple, made it 2-0. Hunter would come back for a scoreless 7th inning, but the Travelers had given him their only run of support in the top of the 7th. Second pitch from Wes Littleton was hit over the right field fence by Matt Pauley, his 3rd home run since joining Arkansas, and that made it a 2-1 score. Travs almost scored again in the 8th inning, a 2-out double by Greg Porter, but Bobby Wilson struck out against Littleton, and that started the string of 4 consecutive strikeouts for the right-hander from California. Littleton strikes out Wilson, Brown, Pauley, and Gates, all in order. Gates, Brown, Pauley, and Gates in the 9th. For the final 3 outs of the ball game, and Frisco wins it by the 2-1 final score. We'll be checking the scores around the Texas League and the majors after these words on the Allstate Insurance postgame report. It's Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because two great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SPC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewatt.com. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Dr. Pepper Ballpark in Frisco, where the Travelers fall 2-1 to the RoughRiders. The Travs now on a 3-game losing streak and have dropped 12 of their last 14 games. The other games in the Texas League coming into the 7th or 8th inning in all of them. The Tulsa Drillers lead San Antonio 4-2 in the 8th inning. 2 Driller homers by Troy Tulowitzki and Judge Thigpen. The Drillers started today 2 games in back of first place Springfield. Cardinals leading Midland 2-1 in the 8th inning. Wichita and Corpus Christi in the 7th inning. The Wranglers tied the game with a 5-run 6, and it's a 6-6 score in the 7th inning at Whataburger Field. 3 homers in that game, all by the hook. J.R. House, Jorge Cortez, and Derek Nicholson. Over to the major leagues now. These games are finals. Houston blows out Washington 10-3 at RFK. Wandy Rodriguez got his 6th win against 2 losses, while Zach Day drops to 2-5. Lance Berkman hit his 14th home run for the Astros. Damian Jackson hit number 3 for the Nationals. Ricky Nolasco, the star of the game, as the Florida Marlins spank the Cubs 9-1. Nolasco picks up his 3rd win of the season with 7 innings of work, and he hit his first major league home run off Sean Marshall, the losing pitcher, who drops to 3-2. The only Cub run comes on a solo homer by Aramis Ramirez. It was his 9th of the year. Cincinnati destroyed Milwaukee today 15-5. 15 hits for the Reds, including 3 homers. Ken Griffey Jr., Adam Dunn, number 16 for Dunn, and Austin Kearns all going deep. Bronson Arroyo, the winner, is 6-2. For the Reds, they go to 26-19. Bush, the loser, 3-5. Milwaukee's only home run hit by Bill Hall is 10th. The American League Finals, 2 of them. Boston beat the Yankees 9-5. That'll move the Red Sox 2.5 games in front of the Yankees in the American League West. Kurt Schilling was the winner. He is 7-2. Chin-Min Wong took the loss, dropped to 4-2. 2 homers by the Yankees. It was Alex Rodriguez, his 10th, and Jorge Posada, his 7th. Boston got a home run from Manny Ramirez, number 8, in a 4-run 3rd inning. The Blue Jays remaining 3 games in back of the Red Sox as the Blue Jays beat Tampa Bay 6-4 in Canada today. Troy Gloss hit his 13th home run, and former Razorback Eric Hinske hit his 2nd. Russell Branyan and Josh Paul went deep for the Devil Rays. Winning pitcher Craig Jansen 3-3. Seth McClung, the loss, is 2-5. B.J. Ryan saves number 10. This game just the final. Detroit shuts out Kansas City 8-0. Justin Verlander, the winner, 6-3. Home runs by the Tigers from Curtis Granderson and Brandon Inge. Jeremy Appelt, the losing pitcher, falls to 2-4. Frank Thomas returns to U.S. Cellular Field on the south side of Chicago. And with the A's, Thomas hits 2 home runs. Bobby Crosby also goes deep, but the White Sox tied it with a 3-run rally in the bottom of the 8th. Jermaine Dye hit his 11th home run. Rob McCowiak has also homered. It's a 4-4 score with the A's and the White Sox in the bottom of the 8th in the Windy City. The Angels led 2-0 at Texas going into the bottom of the 6th inning, but the Rangers score once in the 6th and put up 2 runs in the 7th, and now the Rangers are 2 outs away from the win. 3-2 Rangers in the 9th inning against the Angels. Brad Wilkerson has homered for the Rangers, his 8th. Another score out of Seattle, 2-1. Seattle leading Baltimore. Bottom of the 1st inning, Jose Lopez has hit his 7th home run of the year. Barry Bonds and the Giants playing host to Albert Pujols and the St. Louis Cardinals at AT&T Park. The bottom of the 1st and a 0-0 score. Colorado put up a run in the 1st inning at Dodger Stadium. 1-0 Rockies, middle of the 2nd.
Atlanta just finished a 2-run second inning. It's 2-0 Atlanta at San Diego in the second. Ryan Langerhans with his third home run. Pittsburgh Pirates got a home run from Jason Bay in the second inning, his 10th of the year. And the Pirates lead the Diamondbacks in Phoenix 1-0 in the top of the fourth inning. Those are the scores. They're brought to you by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the Arkansas Travelers. Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, Southwest can get you there with over 2,700 daily nonstop flights. Check them out online at southwest.com. Southwest Airlines is a symbol of freedom. Travelers lose today 2-1 to the Frisco RoughRiders, and we'll wrap it all up after this on Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with the Safe Driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Wrapping it up here at the Soda Bottle in Frisco, the Travelers fall to the RoughRiders by a 2-1 final score. These totals are now official. Arkansas scores 1 run on 5 base hits, commit no errors, and the Travs strand 7. Frisco today, 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The RoughRiders strand 5. Winning pitcher Thomas Diamond, 6 shutout innings, 3 hits allowed, 4 hits, 1 hit batter, struck out 6. 3-1 record for Diamond with a 2.92 ERA. Tough loss goes to Chris Hunter today. Hunter, his finest appearance of the season, going 7 innings, allowing 2 runs on 8 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Hunter drops to 1-4 with an ERA at 7.20. The save goes to Wes Littleton. 3 innings, 1 run on the homer by Matt Pauley, but Littleton struck out the last 4 batters and gets his 3rd save of the year. Time of game, 2 hours, 15 minutes in front of a paid crowd of 6,823. They were more dressed like 2,223. Travelers fall to 8-11 in 1-run games. No other team in the Texas League has played more 1-run games than Arkansas. And the Travs try to make up ground tomorrow against the RoughRiders in Game 2 of the series. First one named the BC Powder player of the game. It'll go between Thomas Diamond and Wes Littleton. They'll share it today. Diamond, who was not masterful, he didn't have the greatest command of his stuff. You can really see why the Rangers are so high on him. 94, 95 mile-an-hour fastball with a great slider, good change. And Diamond got help from Wes Littleton, who allowed a home run to the first batter he faced, and then set down 9 of the final 10 batters, including 4 consecutive strikeouts. All this against the top hitting team in the Texas League. So the Travelers lose this one, falling to a record of 15-28. Right now, 11 games out behind the Cardinals. Meanwhile, Frisco at 21-22. Pick up a half game for the moment on the Rough Ride on the Corpus Christi Hooks, and Frisco 5.5 games out of first place. Matchup tomorrow will feature Travs right-hander Jesse Smith, making his 10th appearance and 9th start of the year. Smith 3-3 with a 460 earned run average. His mound opponent tomorrow is right-hander Armando Galarraga, who in 8 starts has no wins, 6 losses, and an earned run average at 625. Airtime tomorrow, 6:45 with the ITT Tech pregame show. First pitch, 7:05 here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark in Frisco. We hope to see you here on the broadcast. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. A special thanks to Brad Hicks, who's back at the studios at 1380 KDXE after a couple of weeks off. Brad, nice job. Nice to have you back. And thanks to the people at minorleaguebaseball.com for getting us on the internet. Thank you, fans, especially for tuning in for the broadcast tonight The final score again, the Frisco RoughRiders 2 and the Arkansas Travelers 1. Third straight loss for the Travs. Folks, don't forget it's only a game. We'll talk baseball again tomorrow night.
Today's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate.